You can count on it. You can count on it. You can count on me. You can count on me too. You can count on it. You can.
So, you know.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for real.
Shit's
Like, how did those words?
Cunt, I feel like cunt is
Oh
like
wait,
some
hold on.
British shit.
Hold on. We'll open it up with figuring out where curse words got created from.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, welcome
Welcome.
to the 3 Oak Podcast, where even the artists can be fans. AJ the Menace.
Shane M. Petty.
Cherry TNT. I was a little early there. So I was excited. You got a little excited.
You jumped the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and today we have two special guests with us. A returning guest. Oh, look at that. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Leon Gamble's in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And then my man Jeff has stepped into the building. If you're a throwback, if you're like an OG 3 Oak Podcast listener, you definitely know Jeff.
Yeah. Have you been from here from the beginning?
Yeah, it's been a while, but like OG first 10 episodes type of shit.
Yeah, that's true.
But we were actually just having a spicy discussion on where curse words got created.
Man, that shit is such a great
It started from
conversation.
Shitskin.
Yeah, how did it
Shitskin.
start? You said
She
something
brought
about
up a movie with Reese Witherspoon, like a mid-'90s movie, and I asked her if there was this. I wasn't sure if I saw it, but I told her, wait, was there a scene where she was being intimidated by a black cop and she called him shitskin motherfucker? And she said, yeah. And I was like, damn, I did see that movie, and
what was
that
the
word
movie?
scarred me.
Freeway.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, I've seen Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
And like Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
She was like
I
a
just don't remember
prostitute.
anything. I don't remember
Oh, wow.
anything except her calling that cop a shitskin, because that just scarred me. I was just like, holy shit.
Does anybody know what spick means?
It's like
I
Hispanic
don't know,
slur.
Right.
Because
Hispanics.
hey, you know what? I've heard spick. I know it's offensive, and like I've seen people react to that word. But I seen a Spanish comedian on stage, and he was like, "I'll call you a spick." I mean, even Spanish people don't know what that means, and I'm like, nigga, what? Like y'all don't even know? It's just offensive as fuck.
Oh, it's
I don't
just
know
like,
what it
maybe
is.
it's a word
It sounds
that
hateful.
somebody,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure
Does sound
It damn sure
savage.
does.
a slur that somebody just
Yeah.
came up with. Mostly, I bet he was white.
That's like you're in an organization that's like organized to hate those kind of people. That's like that's the kind of word that is.
That's where they originate.
Yeah. I remember, like with Mexicans,
Yeah.
they call them wetbacks.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
because
yeah.
they, working and all this stuff. You just sweat.
I thought it was because they got us across.
Yeah, because
That's what I thought.
that's
Oh.
what I thought. They were back.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
I thought the whole time. Like, I thought it was because they're hardworking.
I'm laughing so hard.
Well, technically, swimming is hardworking. So
That shit funny because logically, if you did have to swim a long distance,
That would be the easiest way to do it.
that's the most energy conserving way to swim.
but wait a minute, though. To cross from Mexico to here, you don't have to cross in the river.
So
I mean, that's like the safer way, but it's a dangerous river. Like
Around there.
okay.
like a lot of them drown.
Yeah. And
bodies
I
are
know they
shit
call
like
the
that.
people from like the southern countries going into Florida though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know like Cubans and I know they call them wetbacks.
Because there's too much water. You
Because
gotta
they're the
travel.
island and
And
you
it's
gotta
like
go to
you gotta
make it to Florida.
And I really didn't think it had anything to do anything about the way you were swimming. It's just necessarily if you're swimming, your back gonna be wet too.
Yeah, that's true. But
Yeah, because
I'm
wet
imagining
back then-
the
if you're
Can you imagine
swimming,
swimming from
wait, that now is really not starting to make sense, because when you swim, more than your back is wet.
Yeah.
So, it's a wet person.
Your everything is wet.
It's a drenched
I don't
person.
know,
Ocean.
Wet body.
I don't know, when you break it down, it doesn't really make sense. But I mean, they're wet.
Yeah.
I am envisioning.
That's the point of the.
I'm envisioning somebody backstroking.
They carry shit on their backs.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, either
What
way,
are
it's kinda
the one?
disrespectful.
White people really hate cunt, don't they?
Cunt,
They hate
kike.
that shit.
That's,
And I
don't
just
know what kike is. I've
when
never heard
that.
when
Cunt is
someone
a woman
Jewish
thing, though.
person, I believe.
is that what it is? Yo,
Yeah,
when I hear
it's
the
a
word
woman
cunt and I see somebody get really offended, I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot that was a fucked up word. Every time that I'll be like,
not for me.
White girls fly over
that.
it.
That shit end is like heavy. It's
Fucking
like
cunt.
Well, in the UK, like they let it fly in the UK.
yeah,
Fucking
it's
fucking
true.
cunt.
With that accent, it sounds crazy.
It
too.
does sound different.
Yeah.
Like, it's totally different.
Fucking
delivery.
wanker.
Yeah. Like,
What's a wanker?
I don't know what it
Yeah, I
was.
don't know.
Sure, yeah.
I feel like that's
British curse words. Wanker.
Yeah, I feel like
Piss off.
I feel like it's only like casually offensive. It's calling
Yeah.
somebody calling you silly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably as far as it goes.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Is there any other like cool curse words that we can figure out where it came from?
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
I don't know. I know they always refer to like you're a Jew. Like that's an insult to say.
Oh,
to
That
a
is
white
an
person.
insult.
just to
Yeah,
say-
even
Even like I remember that on South Park. Like you fucking Jew.
yeah, the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
you say it, like you can say Jewish. You can't say Jew.
Yeah.
It
It's
has
almost
to be
like nigga.
Jewish.
It's almost like nigga. They treat Jewish people treat it like, because Jewish people can call each other Jews. Oh, you're a Jew and all that stuff. But
You're
when
right.
somebody
You're
else,
very right. Damn,
That's
I
how
didn't
we
even
use
think about
nigga,
it.
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jew
yeah,
is
that's
just
true.
like nigga.
Yeah.
Jew equals nigga.
Yeah.
Is that the episode title?
Well, no, I mean, no. What
Well, that's
like, you mean, like,
spicy.
it has the Hold on, are you saying
Talk
like
about
calling
some
somebody
click,
Jew
nigga?
has the
For
same
real,
charge
for
as
real.
calling
You know what?
somebody
I don't think it's that
Yeah, I
heavy.
don't
But
think
I
not at
think the
all. That's a
Nazis,
race.
like, the Nazis
it has
use
that
it in
feel.
In that way, yeah, in
nigger,
that way, yeah,
Jew.
yeah,
Yeah,
in that
they
way,
used
yeah.
it like that.
Like, because
Yeah.
Nazis used to call them Jews like that. Like, just,
Yeah.
it's a fucking dirty Jew. Yeah. you
Yeah.
know, so.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean that's how they. Because I mean that's how they bring them up in conversation when they talking amongst each other too. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Because you wouldn't say, like, if
Yeah.
somebody's
That shit crazy.
Jewish, you wouldn't be like, oh, you're a Jew? You know, that just
Exactly.
comes off
Yeah,
wrong.
it sounds
Like,
crazy.
oh, you're
yeah.
Jewish. That's just
Yeah.
a little more.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Hey, can
asshole
y'all-
because I definitely
can-
be like,
Big
oh,
fact.
you're a fucking Jew, eh?
Yeah.
Can
But I would
y'all-
hope they know
But
it's a joke.
you add that A though to make it sound a little lighter though.
yeah,
You
you're
ain't
making
fully
a joke.
committing to it. Hey, can you tell a Jewish person by looking at one?
Yes, the nose.
But
Now,
Is that how they
that's
tell
what they
you?
say. But
Yeah.
the people, some
Some-
people,
I don't see it.
Most of them
Yeah,
have
some of
like
them.
huge noses.
That's
There
their-
also-
that's
there's
their
also a lot of white
stereotype.
people who
That's
just
their
use noses.
stereotype.
And they're also, I feel like they're very blatant.
how I feel.
there's a
Around
lot of
here.
there's also a lot of white people just have huge noses, bro.
That's what I feel
It's,
like.
it's a tough sell around here. It's hard to call
Yeah,
here.
it's something.
Yeah.
'cause-
I feel like they're very blatant though. Like they're Jewish, like they're very definitely, like they're very.
Yeah, and
into
then you
their
know what?
religion,
That's
too.
one of those things where like other races say all black people look alike, how we might say Asians all look alike.
yeah.
To that, but we know we clearly don't look alike. And then
Right,
like
right,
that's the white people's thing, and
Exactly.
Asian people think they're like, no, he's Asian.
He's Asian,
Right.
He's
yeah.
Chinese. He's Filipino.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
they know
Jewish.
the difference,
He's
yeah.
Irish.
The only dead giveaway, if you are Orthodox Jew, if you're like a Hasidic Jew or whatever.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
then you
yeah.
have the
Then it's
little
hair,
pieces of
yeah.
hair and the hat and all that.
The
yeah,
curl,
That's,
yeah.
You
They be
really,
fucking their hair up. Y'all remember
Yeah,
that Vine
yeah,
where that
you know.
black dude walked up on that little dude? He was like, "Man, it's fucked up. They done did your hair like this." He was in New York. He was like, "You like that shit?" He was like, "Damn, little bro, be safe out here." He was like, that shit fucked up.
Remember that, yo? Oh,
He was like, "Yo, that shit fucked up. What they did to your head like that."
man, he was talking to him like a whole human, bro.
He was like, "Damn,
boy, why they do you like that, boy?
why they do?"
But
you?
with a lot of like Jewish, especially Jewish actors, you can kind of tell by the hair because like Andy Samberg, it's really kind of like they could grow a fro. Yeah.
Oh, so that-
Oh,
that's
so
really-
that's
that's
it.
it.
Okay,
That's it.
I
Okay,
do
okay,
too.
yeah.
I know
That's
that
very
hair.
distinguishable. You can distinguish
Okay,
that.
yeah, that I
Okay,
could tell.
and the
Okay.
name, the last name.
Oh, Berg.
Ski.
Berg.
Well, yeah,
that is the
yeah,
that is the one.
that's-
That's
yeah.
the
Okay.
last.
That's like
Sandberg.
shows like Andrew,
Yeah.
almost like well,
Yeah.
So-
Stein.
Yeah,
somebody-
Stein.
But he's
yeah.
not what they think he is.
exactly. They think
Yeah.
he is, but he's not.
Schneider.
Schneider.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another one.
Schneider is,
Schneider.
I believe
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
Oh, what's another? Oh, yeah, they call Asians chinks too.
Oh,
The
Chinks.
eyes.
Yeah, yeah. They call it Chinks. You call them.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Asians have some
Reference,
pretty
yeah.
terrible jokes against them. Like,
Yeah.
What you mean?
like,
Oh, yeah,
like
you're right,
offensive
yeah,
jokes.
offensive
They got
jokes,
some
yeah.
pretty
Oh, you
terrible.
Yeah,
drive
they
like an
do.
Asian.
Drive like Asian, or
The-
guys
the
having
penis
small,
size.
small
Yeah, the
penis
whole
size.
Chinese store
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
They got some pretty harsh jokes
Yeah,
that.
they do.
No, but they dead ass be eating.
Oh, that shit like the
So-
rat.
so-
and
like-
shit
like-
like
but
that.
But on
that
the low
shit.
though, like they're so all about conformity and like blending in with their
Well,
society.
I'm pretty
that, like,
sure-
they
I'm
can't
like
help
that.
but be stereotypical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
oh, yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about
They
it like
hate
that.
everyone but themselves.
Yeah, like,
But see,
Yeah, they're so ingrained in their culture. It's like
Yeah.
you there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're really not bothering me.
Yeah,
but see,
yeah,
but that's
true,
the,
true, true.
that's why it's kind of cool that a lot of generations of different ethnicities that came to this country, their children who are basically American, are becoming like comedians and actors and all that stuff, and you have them talking about like they're
Yeah,
American.
I love that shit.
You know,
all the Indian comedians,
Indians, Asians.
Asians.
It's just
Like
like my
what's his
parents-
name? Joseph Coe or something.
yeah.
Oh, Coe,
Joe-
something
Joe-
like,
Joe
yeah.
Coe?
Joko.
Yeah,
Joko.
I love
Joko.
him.
Yeah,
He's kinda
tho-
funny, yeah.
those
Yeah,
are
yeah.
like dope ass points that have been taken recently. Like,
Yeah, because they're just
Yeah.
like they're just like us, but it's just like their families are really
Right.
traditional.
Yeah.
You know,
You
see
and
their
they talk about
perspective.
that.
Yeah, because I would have
Yeah.
never
They're
known until like Aziz Ansari and Akash sing.
Yep.
I would have never known that Indian people call each other brown people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
they,
know,
have,
they have
a color issue
Hispanics
just
too.
like
That's where. That's
Yeah.
why I don't like. I don't really like the term people of color because brown people are they're brown and
Yeah.
black is black. Like it's not the same. Like Indians.
Black people like structurally
Indians
wise,
hate-
or
oh my
color
God.
wise,
Like South
just
Indians
like
are dark.
Them ones
and
in
they don't
Cary.
like
Oh
them.
my god.
Yeah, it's-
Yo, I hated working in fucking Cary. Yo, them Indians
It's
were
Ca-
fucking
it's really
ass.
Mooresville.
They're like
Really
the most
Mooresville.
rudest group of people I have. Even in retail,
They
even when I
are,
worked in
yeah.
retail, the most rudest group of people I've ever
You're
came
right
in
though.
contact with.
But you know what it
yeah,
is
so-
though? It's like same with like a Middle Eastern
They just be-
culture. It's so aggressive and
It's-
rude.
they be in that
bruh.
barter
But
trade.
they
They
do
that-
it to
that
each
barter
other.
mode, like-
They do it to
Yeah,
each
it's
other.
cultural.
So
Yeah.
it is so normal. But
Right.
for us, we be like, who the fuck are you
Right.
talking to?
Like,
Yeah.
the person
I
you
get
don't
it,
mean it
yeah.
like that. You
Yeah.
know, it's just
God, I hate that. When I worked at the airport, I went through that a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I worked there for like 2.5 years. It took me like a year and a half to like for everybody to respect each other because it was like they would just do wild shit, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
You gonna let him do that? You crazy nigga? He gonna bitch you forever if you let him get away with that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just reckless shit to each other. Like,
I always used to say, like, if I like dated a Indian chick, I'd be like, look, if her parents don't like me, okay, I can understand if I'm dating somebody white and her parents don't like me. Okay, fine, you don't want to fucking dirty baby or whatever.
Because of the history or
But
something.
I'm like,
you at least
man,
know
your
the
daughter
history.
the same fucking color. It's like, what, like, what is your?
But they're just
Y'all
so
brown.
most of them are just so traditional.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
they
about
want you to
culture
date-
than
yeah.
man.
complexion.
Racism is definitely alive everywhere. It's just different.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
really different.
most definitely.
The only reason, the only way they
Colorism is
wouldn't
in
care if you were
every
filthy
culture,
fucking
too, like,
rich.
low-key.
Oh,
You said what?
Yeah.
Go
If you were
on.
rich,
You're rich.
yeah.
Exactly.
They'll let it
Like
slide.
But then you married to your girl for like 5-10 years, and then her parents slip up. I always knew you were different from the other blacks. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They
yeah,
say
like,
one of
yeah.
those
They say-
statements,
they say
and you
shit
be
like
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
My old boss, she was just like me. You
10
shared. We're both brown people.
Or even your
We're the
girl
same.
might
I
actually
was
say
like,
something
no,
like that. Yeah.
I'm black.
Yeah.
You're brown.
Yeah.
We're both people of color. I don't play that people of color shit.
Yeah,
I feel what
yeah.
you're saying.
Did
Like,
you-
there's still a clear, distinct difference.
There
here,
is a
like,
distinct difference.
Yeah,
bitch.
that's a fact,
You
yeah.
have a lot of privilege.
That hurts the worst, bro. When you like somebody says something crazy offensive, like, and you didn't hung out with them and like really fucked with them for like 5 or 10 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, that
That's
is the worst, bro.
that's
I've
like
had
that is
happen to me,
literally
too.
the worst. That's like as I've gotten older, my friend circle has become way more black. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
black people surrounding me because
Yeah.
most of the
Like
white
more.
people, like not all of them, but a lot of them, majority of them, we've been friends all through growing up. Now,
Yeah.
I've seen some wild shit from people that I literally hung out with every day for like 4 years. Every summer, we link up, we play kickball, we do all that shit. Like, just say some wild racist shit
Yep.
on,
Yeah.
like on Facebook. You be like, what the fuck? Like,
Oh, on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh,
bro, we
okay.
grew up together. Like, for real, grew up
yeah,
together.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I slept over your house, you slept over my house pretty evenly. Like, say some wild shit. And I just feel like white people slip up and say some wild racist shit.
And if you can't, it makes you like not want to fuck.
Like,
with
you
can't
always
fuck with the
felt this
person.
way.
And it's
like,
all
yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
like I can trust you as like a white person to not say something racist, or like I can kind of feel it out really well now. But like when I need to see you in your most stressed out state when a black person has put you there and
Yeah.
see what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
are
that's
you gonna
the
start
ultimate
calling
test.
him a nigger
Oh,
in
yeah.
that moment?
Yeah.
Fuck you, nigger. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
shit
yeah.
like that. Like after that happens, I feel like
That's the character.
Not all
Yeah.
respect. Like everything
man.
is broken at that point. Like,
yeah,
that's
but
like,
if you
can't-
maintain in that position, I'm with you forever at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because even at that state, you didn't even cross over. But a lot of them break in that state, like where that's where they slip up and say some wild shit. You be like, what the fuck?
Like,
I've never been in that situation. Damn, that's got to be devastating.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's
yeah,
fucked
yeah,
up,
yeah.
bro. Yeah, it's
Damn,
fucked
man.
up. I've seen it like 3 times.
I've only been in that situation with like 2 times actually. I've been in that
Yeah.
situation with this girl in high school. Like we were just friends. Like and then I think like junior year from junior year we were supposed to like go to dance together some shit and like her parents
Yeah.
wouldn't allow me to because I'm black. And then there was a I overheard somebody like the weirdest shit. Somebody couldn't order for me. I told you. Remember I told you they
Yeah,
couldn't order for me
yeah, I remember
from
that.
Panera
I
because
remember
was
that,
black.
yeah.
Like I was a cashier and I overheard a conversation like in the distance like. And niggas was like, why can't you like order your shit? He was like, I mean, man, I don't really fuck with like I don't know if they just met each other or like business shit or something.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't really like their kind, bro. Just go ahead and blah, 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 do this for me. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What kind of fucking conversation is going on over there?
Some people are
so
really
stuck.
out here living like that for real.
Yeah,
For real.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
But yeah,
I don't know whether to respect you for your honesty or hate you.
Yeah,
punch you in the
Yeah,
fucking
it's like,
face.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like,
yeah.
I was just shocked, like, oh, damn,
emotionally
this is real,
conflicted
like,
right now.
But that's one of the benefits of being in the South over the North. Now, the North will have that level of racism, but like hide that shit and just fuck you over in other ways.
Yeah.
Like financially, jail, systematically, things of that nature. Like, I would say, I feel like it's more systematic oppression in the northern city regions than there are like in the country. Mind you, we might have to deal with everybody's dealing with getting shot. You may get shot, you know what I'm saying? But you might just throw the hands with a racist at a bar here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Or like, as soon as y'all look at each other, you could tell,
You'll see them here, yeah.
I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me, you stay over there, I'm gonna stay, we're gonna respect each other's
Just
space for
respect
the rest of the
space,
night.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, they'll keep it like that. Like, they're not gonna mix and be fake, get you in and then process you through the system, keep you on probation for 10, 15 years, you know, shit like that. It's more clear and defined.
and
down
dry,
here.
clear cut.
We
dry,
have
like,
more
yeah.
issues when it comes to like, we have to worry about like getting pulled over and shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the shit we gotta worry
But
about.
it's just like
We're good.
I was gonna say like with Mel Gibson, remember that was his problem because he got caught saying nigger on a
that's
phone
right.
by
Yeah,
his
that's
ex or
right.
whatever.
Yeah,
And he was just
forgot
like,
about
yeah,
that.
well, I want you to get raped
Same
by a
shit
bunch
with
of niggas.
same shit with your boy
Yeah, I
Sterling.
forgot
about
What
that.
was his
Did
name?
Skrillex get caught up? Because I remember he was in a scandal.
Who?
Skrillex.
No, I was
Skrillex?
I don't
Oh,
know.
wait, is that
I
what
was
you just
saying? No,
said?
I said Donald Sterling.
Oh, okay.
Donald
He
Sterling.
did, he got
man.
caught up. Yeah, he
The
got caught up
nappy-headed
too.
hoes?
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, I think. One
Hulk Hogan, yeah.
Hulk Hogan got caught up.
Yeah.
The dog, the
Dog
bounty
bounty
hunter
hunter.
dude.
Yeah,
yeah.
His wife just
Damn.
passed away too.
Yeah.
No one cared.
Oh, really?
That's crazy.
Oh,
Man,
shit.
that's crazy. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
they
Sorry
kind
for
of
that.
They were openly racist.
But they were
like,
openly
I'm saying,
racist
yeah.
too. They were wild.
Way
they were wild
open.
crazy.
Dog. Yeah.
Because their son, the nigga with
His,
the ponytail,
yeah, his girl,
Mm-hmm.
his wife and son is black, right?
and his
Right.
daughters too. He
Yeah,
had a
man.
daughter.
Yeah,
that's
they
black.
He one of them
kids,
ones
yeah.
though. For real, I'm like, yo, called it. Could have called.
That's true.
Bounty hunter?
Straight mullet,
Oh,
Oakley
yeah,
sunglasses.
yeah.
Like he looked like a wrestler that had like a piece of string tied around, like a
doubt.
neon string
Yeah.
tied around his muscles and shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Had a nerve to be like, I'm a quarter Native American.
yeah.
I'm Lumbee brother. Man,
Oh, Liam Nielsen too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like
That was
walking around
recent.
trying to
Yeah,
kill
that
black
just
people.
That was
happened.
recent. I forgot about that.
Okay, no, but okay, Scottish people.
But he like opened up on his own.
Yeah, Scottish.
Hey, they say
yeah.
Swedish people are too. Like Schultz was talking about that on
Oh,
the
yeah.
most recent episode of
It's ASAP again.
yeah, because ASAP's in jail right now
now,
still,
yeah.
and they were pretty much explaining it because Schultz, his cameraman, was locked up in Sweden too, and how long was he locked up? Like
Alex,
2
he was
weeks?
locked up for it was like a month.
Yeah, he was
Because
in
it
there for
like,
about a month.
Yeah.
And then they were like, after 30 days, he had the option to just like
Plead guilty
and leave and be able to
and the
leave.
sentence is 1 month, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you already
I
served."
served a
So
month.
they'll just hold you and won't sentence you for however long, and then when you get into the sentencing hearing, they're like, "You can plead guilty to this, and the term is how much time you just spent."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're just doing it to prove a point. Like,
Exactly.
no, but apparently the ASAP Rocky case is
fucked up.
crazy because they're blocking the U.S. embassy as well. So now there's no point of having a U.S. embassy if you can't be represented legally
Yeah.
by your
By your
country,
country,
shit
yeah.
like that. But
Okay, so what do you guys think about? Because I saw somebody post this on Instagram. They were saying like how ASAP. He said like a long time ago when black people. were
Ooh, I
getting
saw
shot
that
by-
too, and I
Oh, you
never-
saw that?
Yeah,
I saw that too.
They said that he didn't like care about it,
Like,
or
yeah,
he
like
didn't
Ferguson
like.
and all that
Yeah,
shit.
I
Like,
can't relate because I'm
was that-
rich or something.
Oh,
yeah, that was ignorant.
I think
wild
like when
ignorant
he
statement, but
kind
yeah.
of went back and like doubled down on it, his like basically his response was like that shit happened around the same time that Yams died. So he was
Oh,
basically
okay.
saying that like I'm just not focused on that right now.
Right.
Like
Lil
I just
Wayne
lost
did
my
that
best
too.
friend
Lil
type
Wayne
shit.
said
He
the
That's
same
like
did
the,
say
that's
that
like
shit.
the,
He
that's
was
like
just
the same concept with the Allen Iverson practice shit when his
Yeah.
homeboy died and he kept saying
Yeah.
like I'm not practice.
Yeah,
y'all talking
exactly.
about practice.
Follow it.
Like yeah,
Like, you want to sit up here and talk about practice, yeah.
like
Oh, okay. Oh, so he wasn't saying it offhanded like he didn't care because the counter to that.
I mean,
was
he's
people were
definitely
saying-
said what he said. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, because people
It
were saying
still
like,
happened.
oh, but
Still,
why
yeah,
am
it's
I
still
going to
deep.
care
You
about
can't
you being locked
But he's
up in
also
Sweden
already apologized.
if
for
you
that. That
didn't
was like,
care
what,
about
3 years ago.
4 they said
Huh?
right 15.
It was 3 years.
Yeah,
It's like
2015, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 3 years later, he's in some shit, but we
Yeah.
have to care. That's what the point of that post was. Oh, so I can't relate because I'm not rich.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's the point of
that's
that
true.
thing.
That's true.
But like they said, when he gets out though,
That shit's
from-
fucked up though. Yeah.
It's still fucked
It's
up.
still fucked
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody deals their pain differently. Like if Yams had just passed away, like some people just lash out in anger for like the next year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
some people just go depressed and don't do nothing. So
Yeah.
can't really like judge them, I guess. But it's still a wild statement.
It is a
It's
wild
still a
statement.
wild
It's a
statement.
very wild
That's out of
statement.
Yeah, it's still a
very-
wild
it's very-
statement.
We didn't cancel Wayne for it though. That's a fact. He definitely
Nah.
said some
Oh
same
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Wayne didn't get canceled and he kissed Baby.
Yeah, I
Like,
ain't mad.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
There was a moment. Niggas was like,
I ain't gonna say.
Well, I don't know.
There was a moment and then he dropped a mixtape and it was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
We all forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facts,
yeah.
facts, facts.
Did he like originate? If you're in beef or you're like looked down upon, like just drop a hot record and watch it out because
He might
that
have originated that. 'Cause
he might have because that was big.
Yeah.
Or maybe Rkelly. He might have put out the biggest fires.
He was
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You can't come
his
back
kicks-
from everything, man.
Oh,
yeah, he
R.
got-
Kelly. They
got
got
caught
that
now. They said
nigga.
he
Oh,
got
yeah.
caught.
Bro, somebody said they gonna make Trapped in the Cell. That shit had me dead.
Oh,
That shit
God.
had me dead.
Oh my god.
If he do that shit, gonna be so fire.
Trapped in the cell block.
You know what?
Coming down the
You know
cell.
what? That's so. I would want them to let him be able to fully.
That
do
would be
full
Man,
so
production.
I'm not
fire.
okay with him making that kind of income behind bars.
No, he's not allowed to have the money though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they gonna put it somewhere.
So
Somebody
donate it
holding
to
that.
charity or something.
One of his many
let him have his notoriety,
harem
but not
members.
everything
He has many.
No, that's
Yeah.
fucked
We'll
up. We gotta
hold that
punish
for
him.
him.
He needs to be in the isolation block forever.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
He needs 10 in the hole
Yeah,
right
they
now.
need to put him up somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real
That
shit.
in the whole shit. Actually, I don't know if I wish that upon him. That 10 in the whole shit is that he needs help. That's really
Yeah,
what he
he
needs.
need to be in regular
Cause-
jail, but he got a problem, man.
Because
Most
that
people do.
fucking That isolation, bro, what they do in jail with when you go into the hole, nigga, 24 hours a day. Some niggas be there. You never leave that box.
That shit just makes you crazy.
Never.
That shit crazy.
And some people be in there for 10, 20 years,
No,
bro.
no, that's not rehabilitation for
At
anybody.
all, bro. Complete
torture.
mental
That'll change you,
insanity,
bro.
bro.
See, like I don't understand. Like, imagine
traumatic shit,
imagine
bro.
if prison was a place where it psychologically fixed you, as opposed to destroying you.
Destroying you.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
then it wouldn't make them as much money as
It would be like
Exactly.
therapy, you know,
Which
like
is
you're
why it's
away
no
from
fixing.
society, but you're in a place where like therapists are fucking like helping you become a different person.
like the top notch therapist.
Yeah.
What if the top therapists in the country were all in prisons and like literally they were so top notch, celebrities would volunteer going to the jail to meet with them in their office.
Yeah.
That's how
I
popular
think people
were.
would actually change, but that's just considering if like the white people at the top consider us people instead of animals.
That's true. That's true.
For
and
profit.
and they will and they-
profit,
I'm about to say,
private
and
prisons.
it wouldn't be. It's not as profitable either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got people that are literally going to jail
Like,
one
and-
time, coming
and
out,
come
and
out,
never going back.
yeah.
Because it's
They
like
need to
doing
return the
slavery
visitors to
without
make the most money.
the clout of slavery. It's just like, hey, we could treat these people however we want. They have no rules in. They have no. They have what's the word I'm looking for? They have no rights in here.
No, not
you
at
know?
all.
I
No.
rule this place. I tell you what to do.
Completely stripped
You do
completely
hard
stripped
work.
from
Don't get paid for it. This is fucking slavery.
We gotta get
literally is what
we
it
gotta
is.
get somebody who works in a correctional office
Yeah.
in here to tell us their stories. And I know two people right now.
Yeah, that's
My
true.
mom
I
used to
know
be a
two.
correctional
That'd be
officer.
I know two
Yo,
people right now.
closest thing
My
I
boy
got for you?
Taquan and Alan. Y'all remember Alan,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Alan been a CO over here off of Western
No.
for at least like a year now.
Yo, for like 3 months, I used to work at a factory where they make prison mattresses.
Oh.
For real?
Not even kidding.
There was some shit
You
mattresses
don't ever want to
too.
go to prison. You don't ever want to go.
Because you know there was some shit
There's
mattresses.
no
Yeah.
springs in it because you can make a knife out of it, stab a shit out
Oh,
of somebody.
okay,
You already
sure.
know. You kidding me?
Damn.
There's no. It's just like this little plastic frame thing. This little plastic bag that you stuff with shitty cotton. That I'm pretty sure is probably like the worst cotton that like it's
The
off
cheapest
color.
cotton, yeah.
Yeah, you would just stuff them. We make
It's
1,000
barely
of them shits a
processed,
day.
huh? It's half processed and shit.
Right, right.
It's called Bob Barker. It's right outside of town. Yeah, I'm telling you. It's
And they
it's
have
like-
cotton just
Yeah.
for days in there. Don't they?
Bob
Shit.
Barker.
Yeah,
That's
niggas,
shitty
y'all
cotton.
don't realize for all of our up
shit
north
crazy.
listeners, there are cotton fields still. There are cotton fields. Speaking of that, did you reshare that shit on Facebook? I
What?
saw something. I saw this little like 2-minute joint, and I think it leads to like a longer video. Long story short, these prisoners pick cotton, nigga, and this correctional officers are on horses with shotguns patrolling the field,
Okay,
bro.
are you
serious?
I'm
Okay.
dead serious, bro. And they don't have any
Whoa.
choice in this, of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah, you
making
can't.
7 cents a day.
Okay, here's
type
my
of
thing.
shit. 10
Here's my
cents a
thing.
day,
Fuck.
Here's my thing.
or an hour, whatever.
What if, in my opinion, what if they do also put you through school? They put you through. They put you with a therapist. They make sure that you're mentally okay. But we do use prisoners to do work that nobody wants to do. I don't see
Oh,
why.
yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
bad
but
have
they have to have the other side too. The
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
rehabilitation.
It has to be
side.
real.
Right, that's the thing.
But
You
you can't
both
patrol
sides.
with guns. Like they,
Right,
that's
right.
that's
Well,
a little
they-
too
I-
extreme.
Yeah, well,
Like,
no,
it-
that's
I mean,
that's
you-
well, okay,
that's,
well,
that's what they do in
security
prison
prisoners.
though.
Yeah, correct,
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's completely normal in
Right.
prison.
it just like looks crazy because it's typically white guards or some
Right.
shit.
Because
like-
that's exactly. But
Yeah, so it
that's
looks-
what they do though.
It's like that's what it is, but it sucks that it is. You know?
exactly.
It's
Yeah,
like-
but
exactly.
when
the
you're-
similarities are very.
Because I mean, like, I like that they clean the highways. Is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
Should they stop doing that? Because nobody wants to do that shit.
No,
That's
man,
all
yeah, you're right.
Facts.
You're
Except the
right.
Mexicans.
Facts.
Nah,
oh shit.
that's called what do you call it? A circle back around to our first conversation.
Hey, can I tell y'all, when I was on probation, yo, I prayed in my soul I didn't have to be one of those niggas that pick trash up on the side of the road
Yeah.
or just like be somewhere mad public doing community service because I had a lot of hours, bro. So in a year, I could see a lot of people looking fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if they make you put some crazy ass vest on that says probation or something wild like that, and you like completely put you on spot.
Definitely trying to embarrass you.
Yeah, like trying to embarrass
Straight
you.
blast.
Bruh, y'all don't get in trouble with the police, y'all.
Yeah.
You do not want to be on probation. Let me tell y'all what probation is like. I don't even know what this episode is about right now. But let me tell you, it's about the legal system. Let me tell y'all what probation is like. Probation is you're paying for freedom. That's all it is. So one, in order to get probation, depending on how high serious of a level you offended the law, that's gonna cost you, right? $35,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 for your lawyer to get you into the level of getting probation, depending on how bad you fucked up. Then you do get probation. You have to you have to take a drug test maybe once a month. You're in a room where a grown man, there's a mirror on the wall. You're whipping your dick out, and a grown man is literally just like this, staring at the mirror, just staring at your dick. Like, yeah, go ahead, piss in that cup. And then let me tell you how wild and comfortable this nigga is doing this. I'm just like, this is crazy. He's like, I'll turn the water off for you. I was like, okay, nigga. Like, you literally sit. This is what you do 8 hours a day, bro.
Yeah.
Watch other man's dicks.
You look at dicks.
Okay, then
crazy.
Then they check your home. But when they pull up, bro, they're pulling up like they're about to rage as shit, dog. Yeah. They pulling up, maybe in like, the probation van, it says either some sort of police on it or it says probation on that shit. Sometimes you might get them in like a undercover car, some basic shit, which is nice. But they pull out, swatted up, vest, multiple clips, big ass Glock, like extendo clip. They do that to everybody, bro.
Damn.
And big words with the probation around across the front, across the back, and they got the chain with the badge hanging around their neck. Yes, bro. Strapped up for war, bro.
That was a fucking Michael Bay.
Yeah.
So all your neighbors are like, what the fuck is this? What is our neighbor doing at this neighbor? Bro, imagine your neighbors that never knew
Fucking
nothing
Scarface
about you.
living
bro.
Serving a warrant.
They living beside.
And they might do that shit to you once a week, depending on how bad it is, once a month, or maybe every 2 months, or just do a random visit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't even, like, everybody in your neighborhood is going to know you got trouble with the law, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then you pay $40 a month. You got to check in weekly online. You miss those payments, my nigga. Miss those payments if you want to. At the end of the year,
Coming to get you.
if you miss the payment, they'll just reverse everything and be like, all right, we'll just process you to whatever charge you had because you didn't complete everything correctly
From the beginning?
from the beginning.
Oh, shit.
All
So-
that money gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
damn.
literally just wasted all that money. We'll give you another year of probation, or maybe another 2 years of probation because you fucked up the first time.
Yep.
Maybe we'll give you a weekend in the hole or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Damn.
yeah, bro. Like getting caught up with the legal system, bro. I understand.
Cycle. That's how Meek.
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, and I understand why people keep getting set back. You know, the people that keep violating their probation. It's extremely easy to violate your probation. It is extremely easy. You can't be around other felons, but if you're in a low impoverished area where everybody has some sort of charge, especially an area that systematically made sure all the black people in that area had at least one charge before they were 18 or after they were 18. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
You're only
teachers-
gonna be around felons. Then
yeah,
some shit
even
like that.
teachers
Like,
will press charges on kids. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
school systems will do it in these neighborhoods. So you already have a misdemeanor at least. So everybody got their fingerprint. All your friends are felons, or all your friends have charges. So when you go home, you might be violating probation just because the people in your home also have something on their record.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Every week you got to check in. Not a minute late, you'll violate probation. Pay your $40 a month, not violate probation. Not be riding around, not getting in any trouble.
Any trouble at all.
You can't even get no citation.
Yeah.
Don't get no parking ticket. Don't get none of that shit. Because they were just they'll
They
pull
got
up if
me.
you get
I
a
just
parking
got a parking
ticket, they won't
ticket.
violate
Shit.
you, but they'll pull up just to check on you. Like
See what's
yeah,
going on.
They're like, yeah, you doing all right? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like
You
just to
good?
see, and then maybe I'll do a sweep real quick since I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's not waste a trip. Like so it's easy as hell. Like just imagine somebody who don't have enough money to put themselves in a position where they don't have to worry about violating probation. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to violate, bro. It's fucked up.
Probably can't have like alcohol in your car or nothing either.
Nah.
No, because I mean, as long as it's not no alcoholic shit, you know what I mean. Like I could still drink. I got pulled over on probation and I had a case of beer in the trunk, but I got pulled over for bud. So it's like you know what I mean. I didn't get pulled over for a DUI or some shit like that. So yeah, you can still do everything legal. That's it. You just got to all be legal. You know what I'm saying? That's really all it is.
Yeah.
And then do your community service, which that sometimes is a bitch.
The only cool one is if you rich and you on house arrest.
And that's still a bitch.
But then you also have to go through regular probation after your
Yeah.
house arrest. So it's
And
not
you
so
on
it's not-
probation
yeah.
on house arrest.
At the same time.
Hey,
yeah.
look, them little meters be beeping and shit, nigga.
Yeah.
We approved you to go to this.
Yep.
You're supposed to
These
only be in this
places, yeah.
4-block
This
radius.
perimeter,
yeah.
You step out that bitch, they on your head,
That
bro.
shit crazy.
That's scary, bro.
Well, at least you
Yeah,
can
sure.
afford to have everything you want.
Like the
brought to
Shia
you, though.
LaBeouf movie, right?
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, that's
Disturbia?
Disturbia, yeah. That's the name of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Damn, that's an old one. That's like
Yeah,
early
07.
2000s.
She was fire.
I love that
though.
movie.
That shit
Yeah.
was a great movie.
That's when he was on
Well,
top?
we kind of covered one topic. R. Kelly, they got that nigga.
Oh,
And ASAP,
okay,
too, right?
yeah.
Or that was
And ASAP a little bit. Yeah,
They got that
we
nigga.
did cover
Next.
ASAP.
ASAP a little bit.
I did not. Okay, so Black Little Mermaid
Uh,
have some fans very upset. Obviously, we know what fans those are. This is a racist episode.
Yeah.
This is just not a racist
Yeah,
episode,
this is
but
space.
it is-
Race
it
related.
is-
Racial. It's very-
it is
it's
a
very
race
racial.
exciting episode.
Yeah.
However you want to call it.
Rather racially tense.
Yeah, but white people was tripping this week.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The ones who are still holding on to these old ways. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was just talking to somebody about that and saying like how I think it was my coworker and we were saying like how white people, like, they'll try to say that they're not racist by saying, well, no, it's not about race. It's just, we grew up in this cartoon and, and they go all around. And then some would get more ridiculous and be like, well, actually, it doesn't make sense that her skin would be dark because in this region, they don't see the sun because they're under the...
They do everything they can to justify.
They bring up pseudoscience and shit.
Right.
And we're like, they're fake.
Exactly.
They don't exist.
That's it,
Mythical
bro.
creatures.
That's it.
And in the
That's it.
cartoon, there was a black mermaid in the Little Mermaid, the show.
Oh yeah, I'm
what about
sure.
that?
There was a
Yeah,
gang
it
of
was.
mermaids in there.
It
I don't remember, but I know there's
Yeah, I
got to
don't
be at
remember
least
either.
one.
But yeah,
I'm pretty sure there was. I feel like I've seen that.
Yeah.
And those not how mermaids would look anyways. Like
Mermaids.
the
would
ones
look-
on Harry Potter.
Facts. That's
will look
exactly what they would
Oh,
look like.
yeah.
That's exactly what they would look like.
kinda-
They would not be pretty.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
fierce and
Yeah.
vicious.
Yeah,
man.
like
sharp
facts.
Scary as fuck.
You have to
Nigga, they
survive down
lure
there,
men.
like,
Exactly.
You have to have gills for one.
And
right?
they're so low on top of that, so their skin has to be a certain density. That's why they're ugly like that, to be able to withstand that pressure down there.
Isn't that the arrogance of like humans? Like,
They'd
we
be
would
these-
think that
these
somebody
beautiful
forged,
creatures.
forged with a fish and a human, there would be like beautiful human on the top.
Literally-
and
literally
fish.
cut
No,
in
there would be a
half.
fucking mutant.
Well, I think that's the point of like that's the myth is that like they would be singing on the rocks and look like pretty girls.
Yeah.
Siren shit.
Right, and
That's
the
the
siren
siren
crash and
shit,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then like centaurs, where it's like half man,
Half
half,
man, half
horse.
horse.
Yeah, they seem, them
But I think the
motherfuckers.
original adaptation of the Little Mermaid was supposed to be like a little more vicious.
Ooh.
And then
Probably
they
was. Softened it
Disney-
up.
Yo,
Disney-fied it.
low key, if they made a like live action Little Mermaid, it might be kind of fire.
Yeah, well, they are.
They will.
Yeah, they are.
No,
No,
I'm
they
talking
are.
about like a dark one.
Oh, like
Oh,
dark,
dark
like,
one.
like
The dark one would
if
be
they make
fire.
it dark,
They have
yes.
a show. It's not
That'd
the
be
Little
kinda-
Mermaid, but
that'd be
they
kinda
have
fire.
a movie like that. I think it's called The Mermaid.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, they
Or
have
it's
a,
probably called Mermaid.
The Shape
Yeah.
of
You know,
They take
Water.
a little part off. They
There
always
was a
do
movie
that
called
shit.
The Shape of Water that won the Best Picture like 2 years
I
ago.
might have seen that.
Yeah, it was about a woman falling in love with like a fish man or something like that. Yeah,
Oh,
The Shape of
it
Water.
Won, and it won like all.
yeah, all the awards and all that shit.
Have
yeah.
y'all seen Have y'all seen Aquaman?
Yeah.
Did they do
I
that
haven't seen
well?
it.
Straight.
I haven't
Did they do
seen
that
it.
justice?
I like
Pretty
it.
good.
All right, I'm gonna
I
watch
liked
it.
It's
I
like
was
you can't really be mad at it. It's
Okay, all right. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's not
watch
like
it.
the greatest, but it's just like it's a good,
yeah,
just
yeah.
solid.
It's a good watch.
solid.
It's a
Yeah,
good
I haven't
watch.
seen it, but yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it because I was just thinking about how like if they did it really good, but fuck it. I just
People
wanna
are
see some
divided a
graphics
little
at
bit
this
just
point.
because-
Like, I just, it's
No,
the-
well,
the graphics
maybe not
good.
divided, but there's a pocket of people who don't like it just because they like the whole DC staying dark thing, and they think for some reason there's a group. I think there are people who think that Marvel invented humor. So if
Yeah.
any superhero movie has comedy in it, that's like Marvel. It's just
yeah.
it's just a comedic moment. Yeah?
Yeah.
All movies have a comedic moment. The darkest movies have comedic moments.
Yeah, all of
The
them
Dark
do.
Knight had comedic moments.
Yeah,
A lot.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, the
it's chill.
joke was sick.
Yes.
Shit.
Oh yeah, what was after that?
No, we are. How the fuck did we get here? Oh, Black Little Mermaid.
Oh, that's what we were talking about. Oh yeah, we went to centaurs and Black Little Mermaid. Oh, so you know what?
we are
You know
running
what?
tonight.
Oh, okay. So what I'll say about that is congratulations to
Congratulations.
Haley Berry.
Hallie.
That name-
Not
Halle
Halle
Bailey.
every time.
What did I say?
Halle Bailey.
Haley Bailey.
You said
Haley Berry.
Yeah, Halle Bailey. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Halle Bailey, which
Chloe
it's
and
supposed to
Halle.
sound like Halle Berry, but Halle Bailey. Congratulations to her because I've been on her and her sister's music for like the past 2 years. Chloe and Halle.
I
Yeah.
remember when they were little and they were singing on YouTube doing covers.
I don't
was
remember
watching
that.
them. This had to be like
Damn.
2009.
Yeah.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, like
How old are
they
they now? They're around our age.
They, I
Or are they a
think,
little bit older?
I think
Or
it's only
younger.
like early 20s.
Yeah,
Probably,
yeah,
she probably
early
just turned
20s.
21
Okay.
or something like that. But
But they sing
yeah, I mean,
great.
Baby Dreads, like like
Damn.
singing Beyonce, like
They're-
flawless.
that
I'm
was
glad she
her
scooped them up.
protege. Yeah.
I'm glad she scooped them up. Them little bitches. is
The
about to
oldest
be
one
fucking
sounds like her when she sings.
She
Like,
sounds
she has that same
fucking-
vibrato.
yeah.
That oh,
Yeah, and she
yeah.
is real deep. I love that. Yeah.
So,
And then Holly hits some high notes.
yeah.
I love
So
them.
congratulations to her for nailing that. I mean, apparently they said that it was a big search, like
Yeah.
a big search. They were looking for it, and she beat out a bunch of
You
chicks.
know,
so
Beyonce pulled some
she won.
strings. Like, hey, this is who you're gonna hire.
Yeah, they're probably looking for a singer, but yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, what?
They're just catching 2 Disney checks. I just thought about that.
Dizzy checks.
Disney checks.
Oh, Disney checks.
She's doing
Beyonce's
some shit
Nala.
for-
Oh,
Lion
yeah.
King,
Beyonce's
yeah,
Nala.
Lion King, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Boy, Rock
yeah.
Nation is getting that.
Disney's taking
bag,
over
bro.
everything.
not
Disney's
playing.
definitely doing
They
a
are
takeover.
not
They're not playing
playing on
They
any
got
level.
Star Wars. They got
Catching
Marvel.
back to back.
ESPN.
Disney
ESPN,
bags, bro.
Pixar.
That Disney
That
shit
is-
crazy.
We're gonna go
Disney
to the
owns everything,
movies.
so I hope niggas know like Disney owns
Yeah,
everything.
they owns
so,
everything.
In
Yeah,
10,
yeah.
5 years, we're gonna go to the movies and be like, all right, honey, What do you want to see? A Disney movie, or a Disney movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our only option.
An adult,
Yeah, exactly.
an adult Disney movie or a kids Disney movie.
Hey, I
Yeah.
kind of can't wait for Disney to get their own streaming service. I think it's going to be
That's
really
coming
good.
soon.
That's why they took all the.
That's why they're taking all the Marvel
Off of
shit
Netflix.
down
Marvel
too.
shit off.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I'm mad about Doctor Strange not being.
but I'm okay with that because I know
yeah.
it's gonna be
It's gonna
coming
be
back
coming
with
back,
the
yeah.
Disney app. But if just the fact that I know they're gonna have all the Marvel shit, plus they're gonna have all the throwback,
All
like,
the
art,
old
all the
vault
old
and shit is
Yeah,
gonna
the
be up
vault,
there.
man. I'm ready. How much do you think they can be charging? They charge 15 for us, aren't they?
Yeah,
I thought I heard
it's
17.
Netflix. It's
Except
gonna be
for
at least
Netflix.
15.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
a
I
whole
think they
because-
say you can
because
play like
Netflix is
one
15, that's right.
something for like the whole year or something like
Oh,
that.
they have one of those
Oh,
bargains.
like a flat rate
Yeah.
for the whole year. Oh yeah,
okay.
that ain't bad. I'll
Because,
probably
I
like,
probably would do
they
that.
don't know, those- you're also gonna have-
$120 for the whole year.
Yeah.
I do
Or
that.
something like that.
Well, it's
Yeah.
also going to include like an ESPN channel. So like
That's what
all
I'm
sorts
saying,
of
they
stuff.
own so much.
it's gonna have
So
a lot.
much.
Yeah.
Man, think about that. Like
Might
they
be
were
worth 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like think about that. Like they've been plotting this shit earlier on. It's like,
more
okay,
than
we
that.
gotta take over. Okay,
Yeah.
first Pixar, then Marvel, then Star Wars, then then we
And then we're
do
gonna
our
take
own
it all
service.
away from you.
Yeah, we got everything.
Come and get it from here. So the Mulan live action. This is not Disney.
Oh,
though,
Mulan?
Is it?
Mulan is
Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah.
Mulan Disney.
See?
Well, we're still in the Disney
Hence,
vein, people.
exactly what we were just saying, right?
Mulan live action teaser.
I didn't see it.
didn't see
I saw it.
the picture
And
of it,
Maleficent.
the thumbnail, but I didn't see it.
I saw
Oh,
a picture,
I
and she
think I
doesn't
saw
look like
Maleficent.
Mulan, but I'm just scared.
And I heard there's no
Just
singing.
'cause it
Yeah, there's no singing. They're making it like a. This
Oh,
is
it's
a
gonna be
film.
If you're not going to
Oh, there's
sing
no singing?
the
Oh,
Hun
word up.
song, I'm
They're making
not.
it like it's just a.
thinking
Oh,
legit
my
action
coworker was saying the same
movie.
thing.
Yeah, I'm kinda
That's the
interested.
best song.
I mean, I was
I need to see the trailer now.
With the little
I need to
dragon,
see
that
what
was Eddie
level of-
Murphy.
No
He's not going to
dragon.
no dragon.
Yeah, there's no dragon.
Oh,
They're just like this is like
That fucks it up.
this is like crouching. They're basically like this
Niggas
is,
love dropping the ball sometimes. I
Yeah.
swear.
They're like, this is-
We're used to this.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones has got us. We're okay with seeing a little dragon there so often,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know
it's not
Crouching
gonna throw the
Tiger,
plot line off.
Crouching
We'll still
Tiger,
think it's
Hidden
real.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
they're
could've did
basically
something
just
cool,
doing
like a little smoke.
Well, he was
dragon
obviously just a
voice
big
and
part of the
shit.
shit. Like, why would you not
But
have
Crouching
him? Like, that
Tiger
takes
was the
away
fighting style, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think she fights in. Oh well, it's more like battles, right? Like
Yeah,
swords
it's
and
like
all
that, like the
stuff. Okay,
fighting
so it's not
style,
like
I feel
martial
like.
arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the hidden. Well, I don't know.
Crouching Tiger.
Oh, they
Crouching
could
Tiger,
use that,
Hidden
like,
Dragon.
oh, it might
Yeah,
be,
you're right,
you know what I'm
you're
saying? Because in that one part, he did pick which one. They had, like, the monkey, the owl.
Oh,
When they were in, like, the temple with all the gods, and they were
Yeah,
like,
I don't
we're going to
remember
pick the
Mulan
great
that.
one
Yeah, that's true.
to protect her. So
Yeah.
they could be doing something
Yeah.
like that. Like, maybe it's like
Oh,
a
true,
bird
true,
or some
true,
shit
true,
like
yeah.
that.
what you were saying, it sounded
Remember,
more like.
Mushu killed, he broke the statue. That's the
He
only reason he
did.
was with her.
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
that's
So they might
right,
be
I
doing- they might be
forgot.
taking a
He was
different route with
there
that.
to wake him up.
Right.
I thought you were describing like Kung Fu Panda for a minute. I was
Oh,
like,
no.
oh yeah. Oh wait, that's
I
the
love
wrong
that
movie.
though.
Yeah.
I just
That'd be
saw Toy
crazy
Story.
live action. It wouldn't
That
be
shit was
live
fire,
action
too.
still, but it'd be CGI.
Like-
Make
Yeah.
it look really real.
Lion
Yeah.
King, like the Lion King.
Mulan? Are you talking about
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah,
If they
that
did
would
that.
that would
Like
look
some
kind of
track.
that would look crazy if they
That
like,
would
made-
look crazy.
if they made it look as real as they could.
Yeah.
They still made it a comedy.
Well, they're remaking everything else.
that'd
So.
be
Yeah.
shit.
That just makes me think about. I just saw Toy Story. The detail,
I
the
heard
CGI
Oh,
on that
yeah.
shit was
Improved.
Yeah.
improved.
Yeah.
It
I
was
saw the
out.
rain. I was
It was
like,
just
holy
so
shit.
good. It
What they
was
do with the
crazy.
different-
Like
Yeah.
I gotta watch that shit.
you can like count the stitches in their shirts.
You
Like,
could.
that shit
That's a
was
whole
clear
fact.
as
That is a
fuck.
whole fact, bro.
That shit was really clear. I cried.
That's why the second one I feel
yeah.
like was so ill. That scene where he was fixing Woody was like
super
damn.
real.
And
That
what?
shit-
Which one?
Toy Story 2.
Oh,
When Al was
yeah.
fixing Woody
Yeah.
because his arm was ripped.
Yeah.
He polished him, cleaned him up, repainted his boots, shit like that.
Yeah.
That nigga was looking pristine.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was
Yeah.
real.
He was fixed.
Let's see. So, August Alsina was hospitalized after losing ability to walk, which I had no idea.
Yeah, he's
Holy
been
shit,
sick for
and
a
how did
while.
that
Secretly
happen?
been
With what?
battling liver disease. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know about that either.
He's been sick for a while.
I know he's been sick for a while, but I didn't realize it was all
I didn't know that that's what
caused
it
from
was,
liver,
yeah.
I didn't know
liver disease.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, hey, look, man. I
has
hope
been
you
sick
get
for a
better,
while.
bro. I hope you can fight through this.
Did y'all know that his like brother and
He's
his like
dumb young.
sister-in-law like
praise his
died,
way.
and he was supposed to he's like taking care of his nieces too.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I read that story too. Somebody had put on Twitter. It was just like basically he's all the little girls got. Pretty much his brother died. I don't know if they got in a car accident
know
or
his
something
brother
like
died,
that.
yeah.
His brother and his and the wife died.
God damn.
Yeah,
That's a
and
tragic
I've heard he was
life.
going blind.
That's a lot.
I heard that
What the
too.
fuck?
Yeah.
Yo, he's
What
really
the
been going.
fuck?
But the going blind thing, he's been telling us he's been really sick for a while.
while,
and this
yeah.
might have all been the liver disease.
Oh, maybe because
So, like,
sometimes it affects other
but
things.
we were just
Yeah.
hearing about the symptoms he was having.
Yeah.
And now I guess they finally
They don't
said
know
what it
he
was.
said.
what he
He
did.
had peanut
Yeah.
butter eyes spots when you have like alcoholics. I don't know if
Oh,
you get that
peanut
like,
butter?
that peanut butter kind of
Yeah.
like spot.
Diabetes
Some
makes you
liver damage.
blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
Damn.
know, a good thing he got like, you know, super popping so that
Yeah.
he could
Oh.
he
He
could
can
fight
take
that.
care of it,
Because
yeah.
if he was like
It probably would have happened
if
faster.
he was still in New Orleans, just a regular dude,
Yeah.
it might have taken him by now.
Yeah, it might have
You know
happened
what I'm
faster.
saying? But he has enough money to
to hold like
And
treat yourself.
every time I hear that somebody's from New Orleans and I hear about ailments like that, it always makes me think of like some voodoo shit.
Really?
Oh,
Like yes.
New
Did y'all hear about
'Cause it is-
like
it is big
Super
down there.
Scent? Who? Super.
I've heard that before, too. I
She's
don't
like
know.
she's a comedian online, and she has like her own makeup line called the Crayon Case.
Okay.
I don't know, but she's like
No, I
a
never heard of
a
that.
darker skinned black girl, and she has like a heavy New Orleans accent.
Okay.
But like all of a sudden, she just like fell fatally ill, was losing like 10, 20 pounds in like a few
God
weeks
damn.
type shit. Like they did CAT scans, nothing was wrong with her brain. Like she forgot who she was.
Oh hell no.
Type shit, like
God
all of
damn.
a sudden, and I was like
That does
reading
sound
through
like
the
some voodoo
comments
shit.
on Instagram or whatever, and it was of course people from New Orleans commenting, and one girl was like, "Yeah, my grandma said straight up, like somebody put something on you. You need to go see a witch doctor, like for real,
witch
like,
doctor.
somebody,
Yeah, that
because like
regular-
for
that
you to
regular
deteriorate
medicine-
like that within like 2 weeks, where you completely lost
Yeah.
your memory, there's no damage to your brain, you're losing weight, you're not eating,
Yeah.
you can't remember who you are, like that's
crazy.
really
That
crazy.
I would gladly go to a witch doctor or something like that happened to me.
But how do you find
Especially if you're from New Orleans.
I
like,
don't know how
people-
you
they
find
do
it, but
shit
I
like
feel
that.
like
that's
witch
regular.
doctors?
No, I feel like I feel like there's more people who know where to find one than we realize.
Oh yeah.
If I put that status out, it'd be like,
Somebody's
Then
gonna
I'm
find
dead
it.
serious.
Yeah.
Can somebody like?
I mean, maybe around here.
Yeah.
I think around here too. Yeah, really anywhere. I
North
feel
Carolina
like.
But that could be
definitely.
like the energy conversation we were having before. Like low key, they might have some energy to sense that shit on you too. So like somebody
yeah.
in the community might like just be like, "Yo,
Come
I
here.
got somebody for that."
Yeah, that's a
like,
fact.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a
like-
fact.
I feel like
shit.
somebody has. I don't know. I went on her Instagram. I didn't really see any like updates or anything. But
But that does creep me out. Like I've
does
never,
seem regular.
I might have seen. You know, those people who just look like witch doctors. Like their attire is. They probably do practice it, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're just like out
Just
at,
like Erykah Badu.
They're out at like Target.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
She's a
Like
witch.
they're out at Target, but they like have old faces. Like they've been doing this shit for years. Like,
Yeah.
bro, when I see them, I'd be like, "Ooh, I hope she don't feel nothing on me." Because
Yeah,
they're gonna tell you if they feel
like,
it.
boy, you ain't living right.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Stop dead in
saying?
the tracks.
Yeah, they gonna know. They
They
gonna
tell
be
us
like,
specific shit like you need to leave that girl alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, I
The one with the big
always
butt,
every
yeah.
time I see them, I get nervous. Like, oh, please, I hope my spirit's good.
Yeah.
'Cause you might scare the hell out of me with some shit you might say.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they do be warning people though. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna listen.
Good.
All right, so Tyga dropped light skinned Lil Wayne video, and I thought that shit was fuego.
That shit was fire.
I thought
He
that
had the
shit was
fireman
fire.
video in
Yeah.
there. and
He
then
had multiple videos in there.
Yeah.
He did
Lollipop.
Millie. Yeah.
In there?
Millie,
Oh,
Millie,
Yeah. In what? In one video?
Yeah,
In one
he had,
video.
Oh, he had a bunch of songs?
rated
Oh.
Yup.
songs.
Made parodies on
So he has a song, Light Skin Lil Wayne. I'm a light skin Lil Wayne. He got a song like that.
Yeah.
But in the video, it just went from cutscene to cutscene of different Lil Wayne videos.
Oh.
And he had them shits matched up perfectly. And then they did, I can't remember if this was in the official video or it was like a after edit that I saw. They did it like a picture in picture in the corner
Oh, so you can see like
of the
what
Lil Wayne video. And you
yeah.
can see how identical it is.
Oh, okay.
Like everything
Damn.
identical.
Damn, that's crazy.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was somebody on your Facebook and they were like, who told him he was a light skinned Lil Wayne?
It might have been mine.
I was like, Lil Wayne did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was mine. That was
Yeah,
mine.
Lil Wayne did, nigga. Like, you know he's not gonna be running around saying I'm the light skinned Lil Wayne if
Yeah.
Lil Wayne didn't say
Say
that.
it.
Yeah, approve of it. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
come on, bro. He came right up underneath him. Yeah. Lil Wayne gave him that blessing, bro.
Yeah, you got to pull up an ass for that and talk that. Yeah.
Yeah, come on,
Like,
y'all.
let it be known, like, yeah.
Tiger's winning again. That shit was out for like an hour. It had 500,000 or like
Yeah.
30. That shit was quick.
He does
bro.
numbers.
He does
Ever
numbers.
since I made that status, I never realized how many people really fuck with Tyga. Like,
Yes, people fuck with him on the low.
Like,
Like,
Every time I
yeah.
see you drop a video, it's always at millions of views.
Oh, people
Like,
on
it's-
Instagram?
instantly
He
within
definitely
like
has
Instagram
yeah.
still doesn't fuck with him. Like, they be tearing his ass.
Exactly, but
to
that shit
pieces.
is such a small percentage of people that fuck with Tyga.
Yeah.
And Tyga is out here like,
Yeah.
crazy though.
Yeah.
Put some respect on Tyga's name.
Spec.
Floyd Mayweather's ankles are in heaven. Why did Sean put that?
Why did he
This
put it
thing
that
is
way?
fucking
Yeah,
dumb. Ankles are in heaven. I can just picture this nigga saying that shit.
He
Like,
put it in the form
them
of a
ankles are in
punchline.
heaven right now.
This is crazy.
Oh my
All right,
Why did he
god.
put? He literally put.
He got fucking
Floyd Mayweather's
shook.
ankles
Like,
are
talk
in
about an
heaven
ankle
after-
breaker.
So
Did they have a
damn.
video, yo? I still haven't seen it.
There is a video.
There's a video.
We're going to
man.
insert the video.
Who was that? Yeah. Insert the video here.
Don't do yourself like this, money. You don't have to do this to yourself.
Yeah.
Who was the person that shook him up though? They was moving.
I have
like
no
hot
idea.
sauce back in the day.
Oh.
You know what it is? I hate niggas that are that good at basketball too. I hate
They know it.
I hate niggas. They know it, bro. And they'll literally
Be doing tricks and
This
shit.
is the thing. This is the thing. He did the
becomes
same.
a show.
And he did the same. You know, you were part of his monkey show. At this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah,
You better
yeah.
walk away if you don't want to get embarrassed, bro. Because you will not embarrass me in front of all these strangers, bro.
Yeah.
They be like, look at this nigga.
Yeah.
Just playing with you, bro. I hate that shit. I'm just trying to work out, bro. That's it. I don't even care who wins right now.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, man.
Damn Floyd.
But yeah,
But R.I.P.
he took a spill, bro. He took a
He
spill.
fell hard.
Man, you can't be getting hurt in the off season.
I gotta look at this shit.
He fell hard, and because he was so down, he's so short. He was like literally like crouched down, like in a
Yeah.
full squat,
Dang.
Yeah.
trying to
That's
guard
like,
this
didn't
nigga.
Duval get dropped like that too on the court?
But yeah, Lil
same
Duval
thing.
caught an L. Like that was about a year ago.
Literally, short niggas need to understand, like, be big. Like, no, I mean, I feel like
Don't
you
hunch.
see on TV go low, but you're not 6'7".
Yeah, I don't know, but look,
Like-
I'm walking away from that shit. Like, if that shit happens in a charity game and a nigga, you could tell if a nigga starts doing that, I'm like, switch or I'm not.
Yeah.
guarding him.
Yeah.
That's it. This footage will not be online, bro. He is not doing me like that.
Man, I'd probably get caught, man. I get
You gotta do it for
competitive.
charity.
Yeah, you fall right into it.
Yeah, I fall right into it. I'll be like, nah, I got this nigga. He just show my ass up, like,
Because you know what it is, though? At that point, if you do guard him, it's not about you stopping his bucket. It's about not falling.
exactly.
Yeah.
That is
exactly.
it.
It's like, I stay
You
with
can
it,
let him
yeah.
cross you.
Let him,
he
yeah,
can
do
dunk
whatever,
on.
but
He
stay on
can
your
dunk. Let him pass you.
Exactly.
You know, do not get caught falling because that's what goes viral every
Exactly.
time.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. The little pa in a
And you
shot.
you're supposed to be able to
have
do
it in
that.
my face.
Yeah.
Okay,
You do that
got
in the NBA all the time, like niggas' hands in your face. You're
Yeah,
supposed
I
to do
could.
that.
I could live with that. I can't live with the whole
Like, they completely fall. Like,
the complete fall. Niggas memeing
like,
in slow
stumble like a
motion.
few times.
Like, your foot hit the fop, like you got ankles on or some shit, like the girls'
Lord.
ankles and shit.
Worst case scenario, you actually injure your ankle.
Don't
That's
catch
the
a real
crazy-
injury, bro.
Because then you
Don't
get
catch
the
a
limp, get the limp and shit.
Yeah, don't
it's
catch a
not
real
good.
injury, and
Walk
now
of
you're on
shame.
Instagram with a moon boot and shit. Like,
You don't,
we'll never live it down.
you don't want to take a souvenir from it.
God.
You definitely don't want
Samba
to.
boot.
Oh
Samba
my
boot.
God! I mean, you could easily flip that into something funny, but
Yeah.
we are not gonna live that down, bro. Every little thing you go to,
It never
they gonna
go
be
away.
like this. Boy,
Yeah.
boy, Carmelo got you, didn't he, boy? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh,
Like, how
that'd be-
your ankle, yo.
Yeah. It's like, shut up.
we have, let's see. Last week was a 2-hour episode just because Sarah don't be here that often, so we had to go for the gold. So let's
yeah.
cover like 2 more topics on this one, and we'll like try to cap it at like 110.
Okay.
The list from when I originally told y'all about people trying to storm Area 51.
Yeah.
Remember and I told you when I saw
It's
it only
deep
had
right
like
now.
20,000 people saying they
Yeah.
were going.
Yeah.
They're at 300, and I think they're at 500,000 now.
Yeah,
I saw
half a
something
million.
yesterday.
Yeah.
So when Sean wrote this, it was at 300,000 people agreed. Now it's at like 500,000 people agreed to storm Area 51.
I'm
Now,
down.
this is.
Yo, Paul said that shit
Another
the
one of
other
those
day.
moments.
He was like, we got to lock Cherry up. She gonna try to go.
Yeah, we would have to.
So down. Like, I have a straight face.
Hey,
I am down.
Did you read what
I
they
have
said about
always
it?
wanted to go there.
They said the dude, like in the description, he was like, he said, they can't stop us if we all go. If we all run like Naruto.
Yeah. All run like Naruto. If we all run like Naruto, like, for real. They can't stop all of us.
If we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Reference to the running.
But what if the
shit is
government?
funny, yeah.
What if the government becomes smart and they're just like, quick, turn this place into fucking Walmart? So, come on, hide everything. Yeah, by the time they get there, it's
They
like,
might do that.
I feel like they're wasting
I think they're
it.
just gonna mow them down though.
See,
I
all,
think-
all that's here is
I think that's
furniture.
and I think we'll never know about it. I think we'll never hear from
Casualties,
them.
yeah.
It'll be just a phenomenon. I'm like, these people
This is-
disappeared.
I doubt your
today.
phones and
Like,
shit even work over there. They're so
Oh no,
remote.
no. They're knocking cellular and electric. They're sending
Yeah.
EMP off.
Yeah,
That's
you're
number
not-
one.
yeah,
Let that
exactly.
know.
You're not gonna be able to
There's
see
no
them.
electricity, no data, knows nothing within 100 miles of that location.
You can't even take a picture, probably.
Yeah, you can't take no
Yeah,
picture.
yeah.
They got
That's
a
true,
perimeter. Nobody's gonna make it
Yeah,
out, bro. I can
yeah,
tell you
yeah,
that.
yeah.
They will
I
knock
mean,
off
it's
half
probably-
a million in a day like it's
It's a
nothing.
wrap. It's
Most
a
of it's
wrap.
probably underground. Yeah,
Mo-
Yeah.
exactly. That's a whole fact. You probably won't even see that.
All the
much.
movies that go underground.
yeah, nobody's getting
But
it.
see,
that's a
but
fact.
here's the thing, though.
It makes more sense. You know, only come up above ground,
yeah.
you know, during testing of shit. That's
Yeah.
about it. That's the only time you need to be up there.
And they have like a boring ass lobby and like a
Yeah, your regular.
Yeah.
a couple labs up there.
Like
Yeah.
Men in Black.
yeah,
That
Yeah.
basic
Yeah.
ass thing.
What if they
and
What if they let us in?
Right.
What if they was like, all right, you want to see somebody
you'll
come
never
in?
be able to leave.
And that's how it
Never
is.
come
Man.
in.
That's how
Scarred
that's
and
how
shit,
it is
like,
with some
holy
people
shit,
that
the
work
shit I
there.
saw.
Like,
Well, if you
once you
insist.
sign that you want to work here, you can't get
Isn't that
married,
what
no
that,
kids.
that's what that dude said?
None of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dude that was on Joe Rogan said he feels like he is responsible for this. Partly responsible for this because the talk has been coming up on his podcast.
Yeah.
You know, he commands millions. And then he brought the dude from Area 51, and they had a fire ass like 3-hour podcast, and he was just transparent as fuck about it. And now this is the thing now. So yeah, if anybody hasn't seen it yet, I'm sure the numbers on that episode are just out of control now.
But see, oh yeah, good.
Yeah, I was just saying, especially with like the list of people saying they want to go now.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say like with the whole like signing up to do this thing.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind too how people work. You know, like hey, come out to our show. Bunch of people saying they coming, and a bunch of people saying maybe. And then you get there, only 5 niggas show up.
That's true. That's
So
true.
that's why I'm like, okay,
No,
300,000 people.
No.
I totally
50.
feel like they,
I say
it's definitely not going to be that full amount. Like the number,
No,
whatever
it's not going to be
numbers
500,000.
Yeah.
It's going to be 20,000, 10,000.
Maybe.
Even if it's 5,000.
Yeah. I highly doubt it'll be
more than
300,000.
It'll be more than 5,000.
I don't know.
doubt
The
it.
conspiracy theorist community is deep.
I mean, it's pretty large.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
even if it was 10,000, they will kill 10,000
kill
people.
10,000.
That is my observation at the end of the day.
Yeah, whatever
They
their
will
numbers
either
are, they're
arrest
coming.
10,000 people
or kill 10,000.
or they will kill 10,000.
Now,
people.
is
one or the other.
if they kill you,
You'll never know. We would
is that a
never know.
crime?
No, because
No.
they are the government.
Because they
Yeah,
are
trespass.
infiltrated.
Yeah, trespass.
They're just gonna flex the fact that we will do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
You will not. Nobody's allowed here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all
Yeah.
that is, bro.
Government facility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't play that.
Oh yeah.
I wonder
That'd
if
be
the
terrible,
president's
bro.
been there.
Because if they do some shit like that, then that's like
Had to be. Yeah.
They
So
let
you
the
know the
government.
government don't care about
Presidents.
you.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
that's like they're turning. That's like a country turning into like dictatorship and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would have to be the start of it. But then the thing is, they wouldn't. I guess if it was 500,000 missing people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's really about it. Because that's how it would be reported. Because they're not gonna report nothing.
Yeah, because you're gonna be like, Mom, about to go storm Area 51. If I don't
Yeah.
return, they kill me.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
But that's how the
facts.
Antarctic thing, like that conspiracy.
wanna
So
go
they
there
might just
so
arrest
bad.
500,000 people, which they're down. They're okay to do that too. I
The
can
what?
see that happening.
But you can't even really get to
Man,
Antarctica unless
they
you
got
have like a
crowded
private
there.
You
plane.
really have to do
Yeah,
it.
they do have crowded turn.
Man, you'd be surprised, man. They pop a couple of them little tear gas joints, man.
Yeah, you.
Niggas is weak. Niggas is weak. 100 people who strong.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
it really show up for war.
They'll hit them with
Yeah.
rubber
Everybody else is
bullets,
going out
bean
there to
bags.
Snapchat and all that.
Yeah.
That's a big fact, yo. That shit.
Yeah.
Having
That
these
should
people
be
playing
over
the
real
trip
quick.
out of it like,
You
yo,
niggas
yeah.
ain't soldiers.
I'm that type. I just want to go for the trip. Like I'm just trying to take pictures. Like,
Exactly. Niggas gonna be on the porch
yeah,
laughing
this
and
is
shit.
entertainment out here at Area 51.
Look at these niggas.
Fuck your whole week up
Niggas
for
ain't
this.
soldiers.
Yeah.
We'll set this
You know I'm running.
See who's really about it.
Yeah.
Hey Rob, you got to tear gas.
I ain't gonna be out there long. It's too fucking hot.
Yeah.
Goddamn
One day.
shade. I'm
Yeah,
getting
it's gonna be
Fucking
a
desert.
few people who show up ready for war,
Yeah.
and they'll kill them.
Yeah.
They'll have to die.
Yeah.
But yeah, most people ain't really about that. Like,
People are the same.
y'all ain't warriors.
It'd be the same amount of people that would go to like the what do you call it, the something festival in the desert?
Fire-
Burning
couple
Man.
of them.
Burning Man.
Burning Man.
Burning Man.
Burning Man. Yeah, it'll probably
They
be
said
like
they have a
something like
Burning
that.
Man. Oh, I was talking to the girl, the bartender at Flying Saucer. She said there's like a Burning Man style thing in North Carolina.
Really?
Yeah, every year.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Firefly or something like that.
Some shit like
I saw
that.
somebody
Yeah,
post
something
it.
like some shit like that. But she was telling me about it. She was like, "You heard of Burning Man? Like I was at that, but the North Carolina version of it. Same thing, just different location."
Okay.
It's like, oh shit, I didn't know.
Well,
I need to figure out what that is. That
Still
sounds
not
like some
quite
shit that might-
Honestly, I
sure
think that's
what it
just something I
is.
saw recently. Don't listen to me.
I would go to something like that. I
That's
always
what I'm
wanted to
saying,
go like
especially if it's
Bonnaroo
North
or some
Carolina.
shit like that, like a festival
especially
like
if I gotta
that.
take a flight
Hey,
and
man.
all that shit. And if I want to opt out, I can just go home.
It's probably an
You know,
Asheville.
I love having the
Yeah.
option to just go
To go
home
home.
when I'm
Yeah.
over. When I'm
Yeah.
done with that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah, that's true.
maybe
I
that's
drove.
maybe that's the old
drove.
nigga in me, but I'm like, that's why like when you go on vacation, you could Uber, but like renting that car is just so much better.
So much better.
Yeah,
It's
this
just
is,
like,
you
yeah.
can just do
Let
what
me
you
just
want.
get in my
Yeah.
shit and leave. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
I ain't gotta ask
Gotta
nobody. I
talk
ain't
to
gotta wait
nobody.
for nothing.
Leave
just
so many
go.
question marks. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just eliminate all.
So
them.
where you
Just
from?
Get up. You know what? I got 2 minutes of the lift is here. Please
Yeah.
leave me alone, man.
What's your story?
So let's see. Old Country Town Road with Young Thug, which I have not heard.
Oh, I haven't heard
Said Old
either.
Country Town Road.
Old Town Road.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I almost like for a second. I agreed with you. I agreed with you.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Oh, country.
But it just sounds okay, don't
I was
it?
like, yeah, that's a lot of words.
Because
I was on the same page.
Yeah. Country music. Yeah,
All
country
right,
music.
I had no idea that there was. I saw people saying 3 remixes.
Yeah, there's 3. Well, I mean, no, there's three songs total.
3 songs
Yeah,
total.
because the
2
regular one,
remixes.
then there's the one with
Billy Ray.
The regular
and
one,
then
Billy
there-
Ray Cyrus,
and then
Yeah, and then this
got
one.
you. Okay, I thought they dropped a 3-pack.
Yeah, no.
Got you. Okay.
But I haven't heard the one with Young Thug.
And they got
Yeah.
the yodel. That's the
that's-
yodel boy.
They got that. The
Oh, he
white
on
boy
there?
that be in like
that's
Walmart
him.
and shit
That's
like
him.
that.
Mason Ramsey, that's him.
That's
So
him.
he
That's
yodels?
who-
That's the little yodel boy. That shit about to be. That shit about to
Holy
bang.
shit. Yo, you know what, yo? Lil
That
Nas
shit is
X.
about to bang.
Lil Nas X is about to have the longing run #1 song. in
Yeah.
Fucking
About-
like
It still
history.
plays on the radio.
In history,
like,
bro.
all day. Man.
He's 3 weeks or 2 weeks away from having
think
the
it's two
longest running song in history.
Really?
Yes,
That
and
is
number
insane.
one.
That's what I
Mariah?
keep telling
Is he
people.
just
Like
Mariah
50
that he's
years
about
from
to do
now.
Celine
Oh yeah, I did
Dion.
see. She
Was it
Mariah
Celine
Carey.
Dion?
He did
Right.
mention her, and she was just like, she replied type shit. He was like, all right, so they might be working too.
Oh shit.
What you mean? Oh,
They might
like
do
he
another
hit her up.
remix.
He hit her
Yeah,
up.
he
I
gonna be
thought it
doing.
was-
I
Say
feel like he gonna go
Don't
like.
stop, bro.
I feel like this
go
is
on a
gonna be
run.
like what was that? What was it? The Touch It remix with Busta
Oh,
Rhymes. Remember when he had like
Papoose.
20 niggas on that shit? He kept
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
replay,
yeah,
yeah.
kept doing remixes.
The only
and
thing
shit.
about that is it wasn't a hit like Country Town Road was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
That's-
for us mostly.
yeah.
Old Town Road.
Like,
I
well,
keep
see-
saying Country Town Road. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it gets that big when
Oh,
white
yeah,
people.
yeah.
when
20 years
white
from
people
now,
get
I'm gonna
ahead.
play it on Sunday for my kids to get the fuck up. Y'all remember this shit?
Oh, yeah.
But it's time to
I want that
motherfucking
shit.
play.
I want that shit to happen really bad though. That'd be
Yeah.
the shit if a black person
Yeah.
has that. And a gay black person, we're all winning in this, people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're
Yeah.
all
He's like
winning.
everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Big
Yeah,
We need
he's
these
all-
wins.
yeah.
We need wins like that.
He's like
title
he's like
like that.
representing everything.
Yeah.
Black
Let's
people
all
and
come together on this
LGBT.
one.
Yeah.
We need y'all to stream and play this shit.
Hell
We
yeah.
both need this win.
Yeah.
If he drop one with Mariah, that is disrespectful at that point. Because that means he's gonna go on a run that we might won't see broken for 100 years on some shit, maybe 50 years.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while before they can break that run because he's already like, I think it's, I don't even know, bro. This nigga Diamond, this shit's crazy.
I
I
feel
did
like
not
he's gonna
ex-
be around for a while.
Yeah.
Forever. Just off
well
that one
now.
song? Yeah.
Even
yeah.
with other music, I feel like he.
Yeah, I
Me
think
too,
so.
me
make
too,
hits.
me too.
I feel like
Yeah,
he's gonna be a
for
hit
sure.
maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
But like I said, I couldn't judge off of one song.
Yeah,
I mean,
but now
like
I'm
he could have just been like, "Oh, another one-hit wonder," you know.
I
But
just hear that a lot.
okay,
I hear that.
so-
What you said a lot.
So by the natural rhythm of hit makers,
Yeah.
he would have already made another hit. Let's
Another
keep
hit.
all it real.
yeah,
He has. I feel like he has
I don't
one on
know,
his
man.
Oh,
EP.
well,
I feel like he. I feel like he has.
Man, this
Okay,
one
so
is-
you're right. You are right about that. Normally, people who drop hits, they drop a hit, and then 6 months to another year,
They drop
have
another
two
one.
There's a
consecutive
rhythm to
hits.
this, right?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, but sometimes when they're so big, I think they take a break. It's okay to just
Like,
chill.
like letting it make money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like this
Like,
is
yeah, I
so
feel like, yeah.
big.
Yeah.
It's so like Bodak Yellow. Like
I was just about to say that Cardi. She kind
they
of. She was just like boom, boom,
They really
boom.
took that one on a long run.
Yeah.
Before she started, but
And then
then
she
once-
came out with Careful
But then
With Me.
she came out with a couple of heaters after that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's true.
She dropped like two or three in like a month or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She
'Cause
came out with
'cause
Offset.
Yeah, Offset, and then she
Drip,
had her.
yeah.
Well, no, that's
Oh,
way
no.
sooner. She had the. She
The
had
Be
like 4 or
Careful. She had the
5.
Be
Yeah,
Careful With Me, the Bodak
She had
Yellow.
about 4 or 5 on
She
her
had the joint
project.
with,
Damn near half the
Oh,
project.
project was all fire.
Yeah, damn near half the project
She was
was a
dropping
hit
freestyles.
like
Like
for
a
like 6-month
yeah.
run
like
at
singles.
least.
Yeah, her album.
But then
is
she
like
teamed up
singles.
with Bruno Mars. Then she had 2 hits with
Two
Bruno
hits with
Mars.
Bruno.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
The Please Me shit and
God.
And then her Spanish,
Cardi's numbers
she
are
was on
through the
the
roof,
she was on the
man.
Spanish charts.
Oh yeah, there was
Spanish
like,
charts
Numbers,
went
yeah, she be
crazy,
singing in
yeah.
Spanish. Like, yeah, she
Yes,
be doing
yeah.
crazy numbers with the Spanish artists.
yeah.
Yo, man. Yeah, she's doing
She got
numbers.
the
She's
Dominican
doing-
version of Bodak
doing-
Yellow.
Oh, yeah.
She
She's
did
doing numbers
that.
that like nobody can compete with too.
Yeah.
Do you think like if they if Lil Nas X like makes a single out of that one with Cardi B, like there's a song he did with Cardi B on his project.
Oh,
That
for
sounds
a little
not
EP
that
drop.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool
I feel like right now
melody to it.
his label just wants him to push Old Town Road just because it's just doing,
Just milking
it's
it
just
so
so
well.
they just
Yeah,
milking it
it's
for all
doing
they
so
got.
great.
Yeah.
He just dropped the EP and I mean he's still doing
Yeah.
Old Town Road.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got fire tracks up there.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Like that closure song, like that.
And
that's a
honestly, yeah, he
banger.
probably heard he put his new hit out. It's just Old Country Town Road.
Road
It's
is
still
so-
hot.
still hot.
Yeah.
It's still
Yeah,
hot
yeah,
still.
It's
Yeah.
like
So
So
covering
it's
it.
probably on that EP he dropped. We just ain't let this steam from this one ain't died down yet. So maybe once this dies down, another. Hopefully this shit goes for like 2 months.
I'm probably gonna
I'll be-
listen to it because I want to see what that shit sounds like.
Everything.
Like,
I'm
It
intrigued.
sounds like
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I like
He has a
it.
rock
Different,
song.
so
He has a
different.
country song. He has a
like kind of like a
of course
electric
hip hop song.
kinda
Yeah,
feel.
electro. He's doing like every genre on every track.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
You know,
Yeah,
like
it's-
I was.
it's
So that's
eclectic.
why I was like, okay, this kid is doing something different. He reminded me of XXX Testosterone. The
Yeah.
the way I felt about him when that whole freshman cover came out, and I was like, no. This kid though. You know, this kid is doing something different. He has like different genres in his music.
Yeah.
He's trying to branch out and do
Yeah,
some
that's how I
shit.
found him, the
That's how
heavy
I
metal
feel.
shit. And
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
XXX
this is heavy metal
Tentacion, we
rap.
had the same thing with him.
Yeah.
Remember his album was eclectic as fuck. It was
Yeah.
just what do you want? I got
It's
it.
the same exact thing. Lil Nas X
XXX and
has X in his name too.
Yeah.
fire.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them are
It's
X's.
got something you like on there.
Yeah.
And it's got 2 to 3. It's like two of the same style songs. Like it's like 2 rock songs, 2 country songs, 2 emo songs, 2 hip hop songs. Like
And
it's 2
XXX
of
like
each on
Everything,
his
yeah.
album.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be 2 songs that you fuck with 100%.
yeah, and XXX like he had a badass boom bap hip hop like
Yeah, but
throwback
the joint with Joey
90s.
Badass was fire.
I was like, damn,
Yeah,
and,
it was
and he
fire.
could spit
Joey
spit.
Badass.
Yeah, the joint with Joey Badass was fire, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His shit with
Rest in peace.
Kodak, that rolling piece. I remember
Oh,
the first
yeah.
time I heard it, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that was
This
good.
nigga ate that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him I didn't realize how big he was until he got out of jail, but I saw him on the No Jumper podcast, and he was just like, bro, I can do that boom bap hip hop shit. Like, I'll drop something right now. He dropped a fire, like the type of verse that if niggas was like, when 2008, we were
Yeah.
like, yo, kick something.
Yeah.
They would rap that verse,
Yeah, he was
and we would
very-
be like, oh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he
Yeah.
kicked one of those on the podcast. He was like, but I mean, I could do that shit, bro. So it's like, whatever. I'm doing everything now. Like, I mastered that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, you right, though. You right. I ain't mad
Yeah.
at you, bro. This nigga's
He's
doing
definitely
everything.
one of my favorite.
Because
He would've
he's
lasted.
like, I got that already. Like, if you want to jump in that bag, we can get busy too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
If he was alive, I feel like we would have been talking about him for a
right
long
now,
time.
yeah.
I think he
Oh,
would have
yeah,
made it.
absolutely.
You know, he would
there
have.
would have been
Absolutely.
an XXX Old Country Town Road, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There would have been a
Yeah,
remix.
facts.
That would have
That'd
been.
be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been cool.
Damn. Rest
Damn,
in
I
peace.
miss it.
Yeah,
Rest in peace.
man.
I was
So much
I was really
potential.
hurt
So
when
much
that nigga
potential.
So much
died.
potential.
I definitely dropped some tears. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
That was my guy.
Yeah. He was important. I wasn't emotionally as connected to his music as a lot of people, but I
Yeah.
understood.
I gotta stop.
I fully understand.
I was super
Yeah.
emotional.
I feel like I gotta stop rooting for people because every time I do, the fucking like
Yeah.
you put me on to Nipsey,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh Nipsey,
I'll say that I
dead.
didn't really listen to
Yeah.
XXX, but like I could
ah.
always like something about him. You could tell he's like
feel that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
the real
different.
deal. Like he's the real deal.
that nigga was Jamaican too.
I
Oh,
didn't
he
know
was
that.
Jamaican.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Oh
He's
shit.
Jamaican.
No, I could tell that nigga's like solid though. Like
Yeah.
Let's see.
He was just
So-
I ain't gonna sit
Oh,
here and
shit.
act like he wasn't a fucked up individual though.
In the mind, you said? What were you say?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's do a
Oh,
topic.
yeah.
All right, let's do a topic for 5 minutes.
It's
Then we'll go to
definitely
the ride
flawed.
out.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick, just because I haven't heard anything about this, has anybody checked out the Ed Sheeran dropped a new album?
I just tried to listen to it today.
No.
Something, no label. I can't even tell what that writing is, but it's got
Number
features
6
from
collect.
Khaled, Chance the Rapper, Justin. Is that supposed to be Justin Timberlake?
Justin Bieber? No, Justin
Or
Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Because that's his big
Okay.
hit right now.
Travis Scott, Eminem, Young Thug, LMA, Her,
Damn.
Meek Mill,
Yeah.
Bruno Mars, and Cardi B.
He threw the whole
I clicked on
chart
the
at
Travis.
him.
Scott one
The
first.
whole top
I tried to
40
listen
is
to
on
Travis
this
Scott
shit.
Yeah,
joint.
so that's
Yeah.
why. Have you heard it at all?
I heard the Travis Scott joint, and then I heard the Chance the Rapper joint.
Was it good?
Those are the ones
I
I
heard
heard.
the Chance Rapper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one I
yeah,
actually.
it's
That's the only
pretty
one I
straight.
like right
It's
now.
pretty straight,
Yeah.
Oh, have you listened to the whole thing? But that's
No,
the
no,
one
I haven't heard his
gravitated
album, but
towards?
just
Got
on the
you.
radio, like when I'm driving my work van and stuff, like his singles are like popping. He has one with Khalid.
Khalid, yeah. I ain't listened to that
But the
one.
only one I don't like the one with Justin Bieber is too
Poppy.
too
Gotcha.
white bread for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's too
It's
plain.
too-
It's too plain. Too white bread for me.
Too mayo.
Yeah, my brother knows that. My brother knows,
mayonnaise.
like, if he was listening, he's laughing right now. But he knows, like, I have this thing where it's like I feel like there are some songs that are made specifically for white girls,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
young
true.
white girls.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
I listen to that song, I was like, oh no. If it has any song like whoa, white girls love in their songs, you know.
Right? I know what you're
Like that's the
Them
target
Them shit
demographic.
slap in still life. I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell you. Them
Yeah,
shit
that's like
Yeah.
slap.
Yeah.
party,
Or maybe
like
just
dance
girls
like
in
somebody's
general,
watching.
too.
They put the
But
dubstep
it's just-
beat behind it.
Yeah, it just feel like I'm just like, oh, this is just too white. Because I like pop. Like I'm not anti-pop or anything, but there's just some songs that are too like, oh, this is like teenage white girl. I can't get
Yeah,
The one with
this
Justin
was
Bieber.
slap in high school.
Yeah,
Like,
the one
this was
is-
slap in middle school.
Just the one with Justin Bieber just feels like that. It's kind of just plain. Yeah, it's like plain
Yeah.
bread or something.
I mean,
but,
he knows what he's doing.
oh yeah, because that chart is like I think it's like on #1 now because you know those chicks love
I
it.
mean, with all the
Which
goddamn
is funny.
features.
But the
It's
Chance
gotta be
Rapper
number
one, I like that one. That has like a very '80s retro feel to
Have
it.
y'all like really attached yourself, or not maybe really attached yourself, but had a good, honest chance of listening to Ed Sheeran music?
No,
Not really.
I haven't
no,
either.
like a
just know
project?
him- I just know him through Breakfast Club interviews.
Oh,
That's
really?
literally it. Yeah, I don't.
And singles.
I knew him
I've
from
seen
that
him,
one
yeah.
song that he had, that Thinking Out Loud shit.
Oh yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Oh, Thinking Out Loud. I
From
like that one.
18.
That
18
song-
was my heat.
That was your joint.
And then he
one?
looked just like Ron Weasley, so I was just like,
Yeah,
yo.
sure do.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was on Game of Thrones.
he
He
and-
Maybe
was
that's
on
why
Game
we
of
like him
Thrones.
so much. He already had a cheat code in there.
Hey, what
Yeah,
TV
kinda
show
did.
they put him in?
Game of Thrones.
They brought him in Game of Thrones.
That was him.
Yeah,
in
he
Game
was
of
in Game
Thrones
of
at the
Thrones.
beginning.
He was in Game of Thrones.
And everybody was like, "What the fuck? That's Ed Sheeran."
Yeah.
Throwing me out of it.
Them Game of Thrones stands.
They were-
that shit.
they were
Boy, they
pissed.
was mad, but I didn't give a
crazy.
fuck, and I'm a stand.
Yeah.
But I didn't care. But those like to the culture people,
Yeah.
boy, they was mad about that.
I mean,
boy.
they cross the culture a lot now and then.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
now.
Yeah. It got
Shit.
crazy. Yeah,
They got careless.
yeah. They just stopped caring.
Yo, that
They
nigga's
left the
tatted
bottle.
too. Like
yeah,
literally,
yeah.
he's like tatted from here like down.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like just enough so you can't see it if he has a long sleeve shirt on. That
Yeah.
shit is crazy.
But yeah, I would say thinking out loud. That's probably my favorite song single from him
He's one of
that I
those
heard
people
because it's
that,
a nice
like-
ballad.
That
Yeah,
shit was crazy.
he's one of those people that I just like. I enjoy watching his interviews. He seems like a cool person.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
and
he
I
does.
just never listen to his music.
Yeah.
I never attach myself to any of his
Well,
songs.
yeah, I haven't listened to any
It
projects.
kind
Just
of
hear
felt weird
singles.
listening to it in the car, even when I was listening today. It was like, yeah, this
I'm
is
listening
like good
to Ed
music. I'm
Sheeran.
still not sure how to listen to this.
Right.
I know black people rock with him, but this seems like a really. I feel like a lot of people, black people, feel like I do. Like maybe I don't know.
I feel like we
can't-
have
I can't
Sam
speak
Smith.
on that.
Oh, Sam.
Yeah,
Smith.
you're
We're gonna-
right. But
we're
I don't
gonna
know. I can't speak on
move
that, so I
more
can't
towards
guarantee.
him.
But I feel like there's a lot of people who feel like me, who are it's like we've seen his Breakfast Club interviews and we fuck with him. We just never really fully attached ourselves to
Yeah.
his music. And this album feels like a move to finally get
Oh.
attached to our
Yeah.
music.
It brings some people over.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
cool.
think about it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen to this album just off the strength,
strength
of
of
the
the
features.
features.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's the
this
move
is
into like.
this is like he.
yeah,
I think he wants more. And I think I've heard people like complain about that. Like they feel like he might be like clout chasing on some
Oh yeah, like
Kinda, yeah. That's kind of what it is.
hip hop culture.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
Yeah. But keep in mind too that he's
You
a
know,
songwriter as well.
he is.
So he
You know what
probably
I'm
helped
saying?
some.
And I
of these-
fuck with him. His personality would seem cool to me.
Yeah.
But
it all seems natural.
And it all seemed-
organic.
and
it
nothing
all seems
seemed
organic,
fake.
yeah,
I
like-
think he wrote a song for
yeah.
Rihanna. Yeah, like
think this
he's
is
like a
definitely one of those
songwriter turned singer, kind of like Neo.
songwriters are getting paid, bro. Like think about
Yeah.
Party Next Door. We don't hear nothing from him.
Yeah,
He wrote some of Drake's biggest hits.
Yep.
Glad we said
yeah.
that.
Yeah. But,
The feature. I mean, the
Oh
what
no,
you were just saying.
songwriting.
Oh yeah,
I'm-
songwriting.
It's time to like monetize that shit. For
Oh,
yeah.
like
okay.
monetize songwriting.
yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with good old songwriting. I think there's a lot of really good singers that need a songwriter.
100%. 100%.
It's like screenwriting, you know. Like some people, want to direct, and some people just like, look, I write the movie. You gonna
Right.
make it. You spell my name right in the credits. Give me that check.
Yep. Yeah.
Motown, man,
Make sure
Motown.
make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had
true.
like 3 dudes and they're writing everybody's music.
You're right though. Motown was a
Yeah.
powerhouse
Yeah,
like
there's
that. They
nothing
had
wrong
the
with that.
best writers at the time.
Right.
And they got the best talent, but I mean, they had the best songwriters. Like,
Exactly.
If you look at Kanye's albums and you scroll down to the writers, it'd be like gang of names down there.
Yeah.
oh yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah,
Big
100%.
Yeah, he's getting
yeah.
something.
Same with a lot of them Motown
Like
records.
just on the songs too.
Yeah.
A
One
Michael
song, I'd be
Jackson
like-
song has a lot of people involved.
Michael, Beyonce.
Yeah, a lot of people involved in those, man.
It's the delivery. Yeah,
It's all
You
about the phrases,
yeah,
yeah.
just deliver it like you wrote it.
Yeah. Ooh, speaking of that, that makes me think of one of Beyonce's writers. Oh, shit. She's from Asheville.
Oh, really?
Um,
You might have told me of that
I know.
before.
never don't mention sex, and I
Oh,
know you want to.
Nastasia. Nastasha, what's her name?
Nastasha.
I think you told me about her before.
Natasha.
Yeah.
Natasha. It's just spelled funny.
Yeah.
I just can't remember how to spell Natasha. Maybe that'll be my
Right.
Maybe that'll be my ride out. So yeah, I'll start with that.
Real quick,
Oh,
real
oh,
quick.
yeah. Go ahead,
Trap or Die, right?
Trap or Die. Yeah.
No, real quick. Like, have you guys heard Beyonce's song "Spirit" for the Lion King soundtrack?
No, I have not. I haven't heard any of the soundtrack.
Oh, that's
music.
just
it's
it's
crazy.
like charting right now, isn't it?
I didn't check the charts. I don't know if it's chart. I heard it on the radio. That was the first time I was driving my van, and I was like,
Might not be.
the song came on. That shit is fucking powerful.
For real?
Yeah. like, I mean, like a
Yeah.
choir.
Yeah,
You know, like it had like Man on the Mirror feel to
Ooh,
it. Yeah, like you know,
listen to that.
You know,
Yes, bro, yes.
you know, it has
Yeah.
that feel. Like I was
Yes.
just like getting goosebumps.
So I
I
saw
was
that
like,
shit all over my Apple Music today when I was like browsing
Oh,
for
man.
shit. When I went to listen to the Ed
For
Sheeran
real?
shit.
So it's like a new song they added.
Yeah.
I saw it in like
Yeah,
3
it's-
different places.
It's a song for the soundtrack.
yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know if it plays in the
This is
movie.
not
Maybe
no
it's at the
typical-
end credits or
this isn't a-
something.
This isn't a typical Disney. This isn't
Yeah.
a typical Lion King song.
Yeah,
either,
yeah,
right?
it's an original song that
Got
she
you,
just
okay.
made for the movie.
Got you,
But
okay.
I don't remember much of the verse, but the chorus, I'll say the chorus is strong as fuck.
Okay.
You're holy, holy, like the
Oh,
choir.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
just like, I'm in fucking church right now.
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
even religious, but I love this shit.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna look that up then.
Yeah, it's a great song. Shout out to that.
Hell yeah.
Play
All
that shit
right.
after this.
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, let's start the ride out. So yeah, I'll do "Trap or Die" by Natasha. I think. I hope I'm not butchering it, but she's a writer.
You'll fix it in post.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post or whatever. But she's a writer from Asheville, and I heard I think she did. Well, it's facts. She did writing for Beyonce. She got this song called "Trap or Die." It's like electronic R&B.
Electronic. Oh, like
No, maybe not. Is it electronic? Would you call it that?
like
Neo
pop.
soul?
It's kind of
Neo
neo
soul?
soulish.
Neo
But
soulish.
it's like new schoolish.
It's like new school neo soul. Yeah, it's got a little. Yeah, it's hard though.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
fuck with the neo soul kind of.
me too. I'm on that way more than the R&B.
Yeah.
The British people
nowadays.
killing the neo soul.
Oh, they're killing that shit.
Unstoppable. Unstoppable. All right, but you like to hear it? Here it go.
There you go. I'm gonna go with this like indie, like alternative band called Wild Bell, and they have a song called "Let the Bells Ring." And the reason why I love it is because it has like a real hip hop vibe to it, you know. And the way she sings, it kind of like she's like flowing almost, you know. She's just this blonde chick, but it's like I will never leave them. I was just like, oh shit, and it's like live instruments. So Wild Bell, and Bell has an E at the end. Okay. And Let the Bells Ring. I think that's what it's called. So
Bells ring.
Yeah, if you'd like to hear it, here you go. I almost forgot what I was what the saying was. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm definitely still on my Freddie Gibbs wave.
Oh, yeah. I listened to it again.
Listen to that shit.
Oh, you haven't? Poor child.
Yeah.
You poor child. Poor child. And this week I'm going to pick Giannis featuring Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, it's nice.
Crazy.
Nice.
Nigga.
Negro.
Nigga. That made me want to go, like, I never really, like, I've listened to, like, a few of Anderson .Paak's songs, but it's never been, like,
really?
I have him, like, on my phone type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel the
Until
same
he
way, you know?
spit that one.
There's a reason.
And I was like, oh, yeah, totally can relate. I think one of the verses he was just like, used to smuggle polos out of Macy's in my JanSport. Mama would have given me anything that I asked for. I definitely used to boost fucking polos out of Macy's back in high school. So I was just like, wow, that resonates within me. Yes, my mom, and when I got caught, my mom was like, you know, I would have bought you the fucking polo had you just asked, but she ain't know I was like, I was selling them shits. I was getting men's polos and shit.
People used to do that shit because Chris's cousin did that shit for us. Remember?
Nigga, everybody that I hung out with.
First pair of Adidas track pants.
Nigga.
Or like a friend that work a lot, like Foot Locker, and be putting their shoes out the back.
My whole crew in 2009 that I used to chill with, like,
Yeah, with some boosters.
dog, everybody went down for that shit. Every last one of us went down for that shit.
Yo,
I
you know what it
swear.
is though? All right, hit your like to hear. Here, go real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but yeah, Giannis featuring Anderson .Paak off Freddie Gibbs' Bandana album. If you like to hear it, here it go.
All right, real quick. Girls in their either high school or freshman year of college all get caught up in shoplifting. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah,
but it's a
they
thing.
really do.
Damn, I did have a
guys
good
might
friend
have a
that-
thing where they get busted for like selling drugs if they're like
Yeah.
into like smoking weed. They might get caught selling drugs or something.
Or like
maybe
just having weed possession.
or just a weed possession charge. Girls is shoplifting for some reason.
No,
Just
you
wanna
are
throw
so
it out.
right.
Yeah.
One of my ex's friend got my ex into like shoplifting and stealing
It's
little
it's so
knickknacks.
easy.
Little
Like,
knickknacks under $20, you're good.
They kind of they kind of
easy.
glorified it in movies too. With I feel like in girls movies like
13.
did.
I remember that was like
13,
one of the
yeah.
significant movie. 13.
Girls would just steal
there's a new
together.
show on Netflix called Trinkets. It's about
Trinkets.
shoplifters. Like
Netflix?
it's
Oh,
like
really?
3 girls.
Oh, shit.
They all go to the same school. They're
Proves
all in
your point.
different crowds, and they all got busted for shoplifting. I mean, these bitches
Proves your
is-
point even more.
They be like, they go in the store. They got bets like, all right, so we better go in this store. Let's see who can get the most expensive thing in the least amount of time.
Yeah.
And whoever wins get everything.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so easy to steal shit in women's stores. Like, it's so easy, and it's like it's a
Maybe that's
rush.
why-
Like,
maybe that's
it's
why
just
it's a
so
culture for
easy.
y'all.
Like, they don't put it like shit is be delicate. You can't put sensors and shit on that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it ain't nothing for me to
Oh.
go into like a perfume store and take a $150 bottle perfume. Like, oh, boop. Like, it's easy.
Take the tester and be out.
Yeah,
Not
the
even a
test-
tester. Even if it is a tester.
She's talking full bottles.
I'm
right
talking
now.
about full
full bottle,
bottles,
and they still
whole
don't care?
packages.
Damn.
See, that's so crazy because
Jaws,
maybe,
bras.
doesn't it always feel like they be like guarding the men's clothes like hell?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
because men's clothes are more expensive.
way more expensive.
You gotta think about it. Y'all spend $50 for a pair of jeans.
Man,
I
when
get
I
a
worked
pair of
at
jeans for $5.
50.
Yeah.
That's like 90.
Oh
yeah,
shit!
Yeah,
Well,
for,
yeah.
like,
For
for
a good pair-
quality.
for a good pair.
quality.
Yeah,
of
see, I
90s.
can spend $5 and get me a good pair of jeans that'll last me forever.
When I was at Foot Locker, you had to have one. What you would give them only one shoe at a time, and in the box you would leave the box on top of something that we could all see it from the store.
Yeah.
Any of the employees, you never put it lower than the clothing racks.
Yeah.
And you never give them both shoes.
Yeah.
Niggas will put them shoes on and get low.
Yeah.
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 Damn.
That shit crazy.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
so-
steal no more
oh.
though. I just buy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
I got called one time. That's all it took. I ain't
See,
been in trouble
that's
since.
how I feel about music, actually. You know, I used to steal my music, now iTunes, you know?
But I
That
will
has to
say
go
this:
away.
if I would have just stuck to my game plan, what I did, I always shoplifted alone. I never brought people with me. The
That's how
moment
they
I
always get
did,
caught. They
the
always
moment
get
I did,
caught
we
that
got
way.
caught, and I knew it. Like my
always get
Spidey
caught
sense was
like
like,
doing
that
"Bitch, you're about to get
All
caught,"
the
and I
time.
knew it.
Every time they steal in packs, they get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, every
I was
time.
so
Draw
mad.
attention because your
And
whole
they-
group.
and
Yeah,
they-
group is-
and they were hot. They don't know how to do it discreetly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Too many
golly.
different levels of
down.
thievery we're dealing with. Yeah,
Lord.
yeah. I know my level.
Sweatpants. sense.
It works.
I was like a kleptomaniac. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I was like from the time I was a child stealing candy from gas stations. Like it was bad. Like it was
I
bad.
definitely had a run with that. I definitely had
It was
a run on
bad.
Oh, candy stealing run when I was a kid.
It was bad.
Bad. Yeah, it was real bad.
I was real bad. And then I had a pyromaniac phase.
Damn, I low-key kind of did too. But
I did too.
Yeah, I had a fire.
If my mom wouldn't have caught me, I would have been an arsonist. I'm not even joking. Like I like fire that much. Like it's sick.
Fire's weird.
That's why
It's
I like candles.
I think fire is like one of those weird. Like, It's like a controlled thing or something weird, like psychological thing.
You created
Y'all,
that.
Yeah,
y'all
it's
ever
like-
lit a phone book on fire?
No.
It's
I
quite a
was-
fire.
I was over
a
it
lot of
after
things.
that.
It's quite a blaze.
Those
No.
bitches go up.
Yeah, it's-
Oh.
I
All them
did.
little pages.
I did an experiment which would burn faster, a wet paper towel or a dry one. The wet one went up in flames.
Oh.
And
For real?
that shit that shit was quick.
Damn.
That
We used
shit
to-
was
we
quick
used to
as
have,
hell.
like-
I don't know if maybe because of the shit they put in our fucking water.
Oh, they,
We used to
Yeah.
have like a fucking propane tank and just put it in a bucket and light that shit on fire just so it like fucking flares up.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do that shit over. That shit would come in, like somebody burn their fucking eyebrows off. doing that shit.
Eyebrows, facial hair, mustaches, and
Shit
shit.
like that. I actually, there's this dude I knew who, like this white dude I grew up with, in like elementary school, and I used to go to his parents' house, like every now and then. Like you know, you had that one white friend that you like you fuck with.
Yeah.
I had this one white friend when I moved here, yo. And his parents didn't give a fuck about shit. He would have
Oh,
like
man.
fucking pool tables at the bottom. He'd have like swords and shit. He'd have archery like
Man,
like
everybody had a friend like
he's talking
that.
about like
Yeah.
like army archery shit. Like he
Yeah,
had the
yeah.
army archery
The
shit
one,
out there like
Yeah.
that lock action
Combo-
shit. Like,
combo
the
bowl.
yeah,
Yeah.
that shit. He'll
Compound
have like
bowl.
just every random
Compound,
thing
yeah.
in his fucking basement. And I was like, what the fuck? People live like this? But we like fucking went out there and fucking lit fire arrows and shit. It was like shooting them.
Now,
shits.
that's fun.
That
That
shit's
sounds
crazy.
fun. I could do that. Can I do that in this backyard? I have just enough
Man, you
space.
got to shoot that shit straight up in there, bro.
Yeah.
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 I wouldn't recommend
Yeah,
it.
I would. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll find a field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna buy a cheap bow and arrow
Yeah.
kit. I'm gonna shoot. Flames.
Yeah.
That
You
sounds-
need at least an
that
acre
sounds like
to
the
be
most
shooting
amount of
bow and arrow.
fun. It sounds like a ridiculous amount
Shoot
of
at
fun.
an
Oh,
apple.
yeah, that shit was lit.
I could kind of practice archery back here though. With
You
some
might could.
guns.
If you put up,
Give me like
set
a
it up.
deer or some shit. Just don't use sharp points. Just you know what I'm saying.
Shoot
I
like
guess.
towards the back of the.
You said get you
the
a deer?
garage or something. Maybe.
Like a deer dummy.
Oh yeah.
like a
Well,
live
I know
deer.
what my hobby is gonna be this fall, people. Catch me in the backyard.
I'll
practicing
be on
with
my
bow
route.
and
You know I'm
arrow.
Native American. I got you.
Say less.
Got skills.
And
Archery is
then
very
my
useful
horse
skill.
riders out there, I do want to learn how to shoot off a horseback. It's just,
That'd be crazy.
I
That'd be
just
crazy.
need to know.
We could go horseback riding.
I
It's
want to
like
have decent
60
accuracy
bucks.
with it.
I don't
I don't know
fuck with
why it's a completely useless tactic, but
Yeah.
I want to know it.
I agree with the bow and arrow thing. I don't fuck with horses like that.
Scared of
Horse
that
is gonna be the
buck.
one that save you when cars go down.
Scared of that
You better
buck.
go find you a goddamn horse.
Horses will get you up out the paint, bro.
Yeah, they
Trying to tell you.
Horses will get you up out the
Don't
paint.
stand behind them. Man.
Yeah, exactly. But they're shifty.
They
They don't like my energy. I don't
They
like their
do-
energy.
they do get spooked really easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They get spooked really easily.
Should be crazy.
But yeah, let's
But
finish
yeah,
this
let me
ride. We
see.
gotta
Yeah,
get the fuck out of here.
So I was showing somebody like Kanye's old shit the other day. He said they never like heard like late registration or any of them shits.
Oh, you were talking to somebody who never heard it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like playing all them shits.
Yeah.
And I went all through all the shit. And you think I'm not even about to pick anything nostalgic. It was actually at the newest one when I finally got to that. Like I started late registration, went college dropout, went to graduation, went to 808 Heartbreaks and My Beautiful Twisted. Like I went through all them shit.
Yeezy.
Yeah.
Jesus or whatever.
Yeah. And I forgot how crazy that nigga Kanye was. Like that
Yeah,
nigga, that shit was
man.
crazy. Just to put that out there.
Great.
This nigga
It
was
was
definitely
really
musical
amazing.
mind.
Hey,
like,
Dad.
It really was amazing.
Yeah, it was
Really was amazing. Like on some real shit. But Ye, like nobody liked Ye at all. And I fucking really like
I like
The newest
Ye.
one?
the newest one.
I fuck with that.
I fuck
Yeah,
with that shit
I like-
heavy.
I liked
Like,
it.
people didn't
I
really
really
like
liked
that
it.
shit.
I don't know
thought
why.
that shit was like top notch shit.
It was like
felt
to me,
that
it was
shit.
like
Yeah.
old Kanye coming
And
back.
then,
My bipolar definitely felt that.
yeah, like that shit. I really felt that shit.
Oh
But
yeah,
like,
you did really fuck with that one though.
I
yeah.
did really fuck with that
Yeah,
shit,
I liked
and,
it, but I didn't like. Go, yeah.
nah, like that violent crime shit is really the one I'm picking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Violent
that
Crimes
shit,
was-
violent
yeah, it's
crimes is
great.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like like that shit. Just the
I gotta
concept of it.
revisit
How's
that
that
one.
work?
That was a 5-track EP, right?
It's
like 7.
It's
What's the
Yeah,
chorus of that
seven's
one?
right.
Yeah,
it's
violent crimes.
Violent crimes. The shit that was talking about like having a daughter. And
Oh,
niggas is
yeah.
monsters. And niggas is pimps. And niggas is
Oh,
players.
that's
And niggas
right.
is daughters.
Yeah, I forgot
To
about
niggas
that.
that
shit,
daughters.
yeah,
and
that
niggas
shit.
That's a
That
deep
shit,
ass
that's-
song.
He did have a
Yeah.
couple good ones on there. I
Yeah,
would
that
say.
shit. So that's my shit. Cause I like when I played that shit, and I was thinking, I was like, God damn, this shit was so fire.
And so real too.
Like
The
so real. I was
lyrics.
like, why did I ever stop listening to this song?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like on some shit.
Because his antics, like it can be blinding sometimes, you know.
Kanye
but
West
it's
is my
just like-
favorite rapper. Period.
Shit.
And hey, he
like
could still be,
everyone.
you know. Like
that's
I
my
think
guy.
he hasn't done. I don't think. Yeah, okay, maybe he has said stuff, but I feel like.
he stayed pretty low recently in the last year.
Yeah, I think we could kind of just forgive and move on. Like he's not raping babies or some shit.
He's really
Yeah.
not doing nothing that's
He's a
great.
eclectic.
If we do that, we have to forgive Daniel Caesar.
Daniel Caesar.
If we do that, we have to
what did he-
forget Daniel Caesar
Daniel
too.
Caesar?
We have to forgive him.
Hold on.
But he was, yeah,
it was one
but
and the
Kanye, yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Kanye was saying like,
We'll hold this for another hold this for another day.
okay, all right.
That's a good
Because
thought.
those two
Say back next week.
Are you
on
sure we'll
Daniel
remember?
Caesar.
next week on the 3-0 podcast. Is Daniel Caesar and Kanye West in the same category of cancel?
I don't know.
Hey, ooh, that could be something we do.
Yeah.
Y'all are definitely going to have to fill me in on that because I have no idea what Daniel Caesar did.
Oh,
Who will tell
okay,
you?
all
He's
right.
at its highest level.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
At his highest level.
It's been rampant this year.
Yeah,
man.
it's been the cootery is
Yeah,
just.
it's really not that.
See, that's why I think
retrograde,
level
whatever happened.
levels is the key word here.
Like,
Yeah.
Do you have a song?
let me see.
Oh wait, shit. You like to hear it?
Oh, here you go.
Oh,
that shit
there
one
you go.
time.
All right, you know, actually, all right. So in general, like a genre. All right, so I have not been like in this country
Yeah.
per se for last week. So like
That's
I've
a
really
fact.
been. So I've really been like I've been listening to like soca and
Yeah.
like, Pulse and like.
Okay, take us
Yes,
through
I've
it.
been kicking it. Like I've
Yeah.
so
Been
okay,
walking
so
up.
I've been like the carnival song has been like looping in my head, and it's by this dude Pressure.
Pressure.
Yeah, it's by this
Pressure.
Oh shit. What?
It's called
what's
Do It and Done.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard
Fire.
that song.
Telling
Do
you,
it and-
it'll
I know
be your
Pressure, but I
workout.
haven't
You
heard
should
that
be in there
song.
pumping
Word.
iron. I'm telling you.
Word,
Yeah.
word.
Telling
Oh,
you,
yeah.
good cardio
Doing it
track.
too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, you like to hear it.
Yep.
Here you go.
There you go. You check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just a couple of announcements real quick. Probably should have put these at the beginning of the episode, which sorry, should have done that. Also, we do have sponsors, so we'll start doing sponsor spots next week. Let's see. We are now available on Spotify for all of our Spotify listeners.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is like delayed and it's like making me go crazy.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Lost that shit.
Yeah.
Spotify. We are now on Spotify. So we're on YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play,
Yeah.
and that's it,
You're on
right?
Anchor too, right?
Anchor. I does loaded Anchor. Yep. I think so. But I'm gonna look into getting it on more platforms. But check out our YouTube. Our YouTubes be the shit.
Yeah.
Subscribe on Spotify. The ride outs will start coming back on Spotify and Apple Music. You'll start getting the weekly ride out, and it'll be 3 Oak Ride Out episode whatever. So this one will be 3 Oak Ride Out episode 105. That's all you'll search and you'll find it.
Yeah.
And it'll be this week a 5-track playlist of these songs.
Nice.
Yeah.
And same with
That's
Apple
super
Music.
convenient.
Yes,
Yeah.
and and the YouTube playlist, so we can promote those as two separate things. To people, this is what the fuck we picked.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And just so y'all know, this is a men's material thing. Sundress will be on every week, just off the strength. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just off the
Yeah.
strength. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's everything. Like, comment, share, subscribe to everything. The 3 Oak Podcast. Peace.
Peace. You just watched well, we could start over if you'd like.
Hey.
You just watched the 3 Oak Podcast instead of listening to it.
You just watched the 3 Oak Podcast. Okay.
Thank you for watching the 3 Oak Podcast.
Subscribe.
Listen to that guy.